Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, scene of tonight's football game between the Nashua North Titans and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, a game in which the winner wins the West. www.excitement.com on tap, 5 minutes away from kickoff. I'm John Collins, along with Tom King, and we are here for and we hope is going to be a tightly contested matchup, Tom. But as you were going over the pregame notes with me, I think we pretty safe to say BG's got the most challenges as they face North tonight.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, John. I really feel, I know we're looking for a close game. I don't know if we're going to see a close game. We could. I think BG's challenges are going to be handling Nashua North's team speed with a team that has a lot of injuries. And I think that where BG is going to be challenged is going to be at the linebacker position where they're missing 2 or 3 players. And, one of the keys for BG is will Charlie Bellavance play tonight? That's going to be a huge question mark in terms of, he practiced a little bit this week. He's number 26. So if you see number 26 out there, that's not going to be a problem. But otherwise, it could be a problem, and they might have to move Jacob Baker from DN to linebacker to be able, and that's going to mean that Baker's going to have to cover more area. He's capable of doing it. He's a great athlete, got a lot of speed. But the speed advantage, John, that Nashua North has
Team speed
is immense. They have a lot of it.
Burners.
If you've watched Jack Peters run from one part of the field to another to make a tackle, you know what I'm talking about, number 44 with Nashua North. See, they have game breakers.
Yes, and
Matt Sanasuazo for Bishop Guertin, the quarterback, and Derek Finley, North's quarterback, are very similar. But I think Sanasuazo may be more of a game breaker for BG than Finley is. However, Finley can still do the same. But Finley has what Sanasuazo doesn't. He's got a breakaway back next to him in the backfield, Jordan Raisin and Andino.
And so you can't focus exclusively on Finley. You have to worry about Andino.
Right. And I think that with Bellavance out this year, and even if he does play tonight, that he might be limited. I think that with him out, the focus for anybody defending BG has been on Sanasuazo,
front and center. Full focus.
They've had Ethan Labby, who's played very well, take that spot, and what he's done is he has basically done a great job in both areas, playing linebacker and running back. Been a surprise, number 33. So then there we are on Zoom.
Yes.
Here's my decor, John, if you like to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Giants posters. Is the Giants poster in there someplace?
No, I should have got an ETV banner to put behind me, but
Yes.
I think that really what we're looking at right now is a BG team that is making a lot out of nothing with what they've got. Ethan Labby is a perfect example of that. Number 33 in your program.
So Tom is in the Tom Pound. A positive test has turned to a negative test, and he's almost activated. He's like Mac Jones, Tua. He's on his way back to Stellos, but tonight we're happy to have him at home in climate control conditions. Here, the field conditions are not going to be a factor at all for the players. For the fans, the temperature is going to dip from about a pregame of 60 degrees down to about 38 before the night is over. So it's a bundle-up night for the fans. Perfect conditions for the players on the field. And Tom talked about team speed, advantage North, BG banged up. They actually moved their top defender, Jacob Baker, from defensive end to linebacker. Tom, that's probably Jacob prefers to go after the quarterback from the end, but he does what he has to do.
Yeah, they did that last week, and we'll see if they have to do it this week. I would imagine they might have to for at least, at certain points in the game.
You talked about the mirror images all over the place. Derek Finley, the quarterback for North, Sanasuazo for BG, and then Toby Brown and Jacob Baker, mirror images as pure defenders. Toby, he got a Division I offer, right?
Yeah, he got a Division I offer from Sacred Heart in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
So, you know, I think he's got his sights set maybe even beyond that, but we'll have to wait and see what the offers come in. Talking to Chad Sabonis earlier in the season, he said that December would sort that all out. And, John, as the players went on the field for Bishop Guertin, I did see number 26, Charlie Bellavance, in uniform, so we'll see if he's able to play tonight.
Trying to give it a go despite some leg issues that he's had this season that has hampered him greatly. We were just mentioning Toby Brown with the Sacred Heart offer. Jacob Baker, interesting story. You were telling me when he watches a football game, he's as probably much interested as the direction and the camera angles and the production values as he is the football on the field, right?
He is a expert videographer who has basically been doing it a little bit on the side. I think he's almost done it in a business sense.
Right.
So if you want to have somebody do some videography for you, Jacob Baker maybe is somebody to talk to.
I mean, you have lived it from when it's all radio and print to now where video dominates streaming games down to the peewee level. To me, Jacob Baker's a smart kid. The video, sports videography, that's only going to get bigger in the future.
Yeah, it's only going to get bigger, and I think the pandemic, really heightened it.
Yeah, so kudos to him. I mean, if he doesn't think he's going to be the next Gronk or
that's his priority. That last time I talked to him, that was his priority. But you never know; things can change. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with his future.
We're going to call his name a lot tonight.
Let's talk about the ramifications of this game.
Yes,
for those of you
the winner wins the West, right?
Yeah, Division I is built of three conferences. All right, East, Central, and West. East being the Seacoast area with a couple other teams thrown in. Manchester Memorial's in there. Timberlane is in there. The Central, which is a lot of Manchester, Central, and a few other schools. Concord's in there. And then Alvern plays in that division. Pinkerton, Londonderry, Salem, they're all in the Central. Then you go to the West, where all the Nashua area teams are basically in there, okay? But the thing, John, is the conference winners get the first round bye with the playoffs that'll start 2 weeks from now, okay?
Yes, as we hear the earthquake in the stands.
There'll be 10 other teams that will be playing in a first round. The next 10 by ranking and by the point rating system. So if you have that, that's going to be 10 teams will play. You'll have 5 winners out of that. You've got your 3 byes, and there's your quarterfinals for the next weekend. And then you go from there all the way until Thanksgiving weekend, where the Division I finals will be held.
So North had circled this game on the calendar quite a while ago, and as things unfolded during the season, they saw that it only increased in importance in the standings. BG just with 1 blemish, the loss to Londonderry. North has run the table. They've been undefeated. They actually were credited with a forfeit due to the unfortunate events in Alvern. We are set for the national anthem here at Stellos Stadium with exciting football action to follow. North versus BG coming up. That tradition when the players raise their helmets at the conclusion of the national anthem. We're set for football here, and the winner wins the West game at Stellos. Tom King in studio And our A-team of camera crew here, we got Dylan Smith and Tim O'Neill, our executive producer Pete Johnson manning the controls. At halftime, we'll be talking to Kirk Carlson, who is Toby Brown's uncle, a Nashua native that now lives in California. We'll be asking him how he watches the Nashua ATV games out there, and also about how he's helping Toby search out his optimal next step in his academic and sports career. The captain's going at the midfield to do the coin flip thing here. And Tom, any pattern develop in coin flips that you see in high school to mimic what Belichick does all the time? He's defer all the time with his tough defense.
I think it just depends on the team and what they feel, you know. Yeah. One advantage, John, I wanted to get to that Guertin may have is they played in big games already this season. They've had 2 in the last 2 weeks. They lost to Londonderry 36-19, and then they beat Bedford in a classic game 14-7 here, right here. It's right at Stellos Stadium last Saturday night. So they've got that experience. North really hasn't. They haven't really been challenged. They had the week off after not playing Alvern, and they went to Merrimack. That was considered a big game, but they blew Merrimack out of the water after a slow start, 49-7. So they beat Bedford. We did the game opening night, 19-7. But then their next closest game and competitive game was Keene, where they went on the road and they beat them 28-13. They needed to get a 4th down conversion on their own 30-yard line to try to keep the clock going, and they decided to do it. So, and then they ran away with the win. Yeah. But other than that, John, they haven't been challenged. There hasn't been a real competitive situation or a big game for them. This is their biggest game of the year. Now, talking to John Trisciani, he said to me that he expected this, obviously, at the start of the season to be a big game, but he got that hit last year because they played a classic game, 26-25, Guertin with the win. And John Trisciani said, you know, he knew it. He knew it would be another big game this year because both teams were junior heavy last year. Yep. And now they're senior heavy. So history repeats. We'll see if we can get another classic like we did last year.
Beautiful. So as you can see, BG will kick off right to left, and North will receive to the goal to our left. And Jordan Ryson and Andino, one of the 2 backs back there, along with Amari Almonte to return the kick off of the foot of Connor Lennon. Lennon boots it end over end, pretty much down the middle. Almonte will field it at about the 16-yard line. He goes right down. Almonte to the 50 is a foot race. Amari Almonte to the 20, the 10. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown. Amari Almonte, 84 yards, barely touched. It's 6-0 North, just a few seconds in.
You know, John, before the kick, I was going to say BG is going to be at a disadvantage with their special teams coverage because they haven't done a good job of it this year. And I should have said it because look what happened, right?
What a replay here. Only chance. Diving to try to get him, Cody Szymanski, number 2, valiant effort, but the high step into the end zone, and now the extra point to put him ahead 7-0 off of the foot of number 33, Jason Fields, with the extra point after.
BG has struggled in special teams this year. They have the last couple of years, and I'm kicking myself now. I should have said something right at the start of the game when that was going to take place, when I saw that they were kicking off. Well, one thing that Jordan Raisin and Andino did, he ran right up the middle. That should never happen, right? That should never happen.
I believe that was...
And he ran, watch him. See, where does he go? Right up the middle.
Yes. Amari Almonte on the carry.
Oh, Mario Almonte, not Raisin Andino. Okay.
Right.
But look where he did. Right up the middle, right?
Yes.
Not supposed to be able to do that on a kickoff return.
That's a big no. You don't see that very often where a guy can just go middle all the way.
Right. And now BG is in a hole already to start the game.
They sure are. They've spotted this powerful North squad, 7 points. Just, 13 seconds in to the goal line, and BG will return. On the right side is Chase Amaral. Amaral forced out at about the 15. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals with 85 yards to go. The old-fashioned way with a drive, they hope, instead of a kickoff return right down the middle by Amari Almonte. I had him feel that at the 16 on a dead run, and he never stopped. So on the right hash mark, in the North defense with that great team speed lining up opposite the BG offensive line. They split a pair of receivers to the right and wide to the left. In the slot is Brody. Actually, that's number 8, I believe, Connor Lennon in the slot. A handoff up the middle and a gain of maybe a yard. Let's see where the spot is before he's driven back. And it's no gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
And that's again, Labby's played well this year, but he's not the same as Bellavance.
Yes. And also, when you have no hole to work with, that's a tough go. So 2nd and 10. Let's see if Santa Suazo will keep it or go to the air here on the second play from scrimmage. He will go on a power move to the right, and he did pick up about 4. It'll be 3rd and long for the Cardinals in their opening possession of the game.
Well, on that play, John, their goal was to run away from Toby Brown Jr., who was on the right side. That's why they ran it left.
Prominently positioned on your screen at number 57 there on the right side. There's a jump and a violation. A good hard count by Santa Suazo draws, unfortunately, number 53, Xavier Jalbert, defensive lineman offside.
Now, as a break for Guertin, that's not what you want to do. Talking to Chad Zabolis, he said that they were getting early penalties in a couple of games this year that he wants to see them get rid of, and obviously that's one of the ones that we want to see them get rid of.
So it's 3rd and 3 now instead of 3rd and 8. Santa Suazo in the shotgun, calling the signals. In motion is Dante Nieto from right to left. Now he settles in the right slot. 2 receivers split to the left. And Labby, the running back. Santa Suazo fires to the sideline. It's complete. Going up and getting it for the Cardinals. That's number 2, Cody Szymanski, with a 1st down reception. So success in their first chance in the air here for the Cardinals. They needed 3. Szymanski did a deep curl on the sideline, and he picked up about
he did. The key on that play, though, Santa Suazo got rid of it quickly because the pocket was starting to collapse.
Hands it off to Labby, who lunges forward for 3. So Labby straight ahead. Good gain on 1st down. BG methodically trying to go methodically down the field after that explosive kickoff return for touchdown to open the contest by Amari Almonte, who's right there, number 2 at the bottom of your screen, playing cornerback, matched up with Gavin Bombara, senior. Also a senior. A lot of talent, football talent down on the field. Great records between these two teams. Just one loss by BG to Londonderry. The handoff is to nobody. It's a keeper breaking outside. Santa Suazo's got a 1st down before he's driven out of bounds at about the 48. Good play fake and keeper by Matt Santa Suazo.
Well, the play fake was the key, John,
Yes.
because what did it do? It froze Jack Peters. Peters had to wait and see who was going to have the ball. And by that time, Santa Suazo was able to get outside. Watch Peters. He's in the middle of your screen. He has to wait. He goes forward. Now he's got to cut to the outside. There's too much traffic that way for him to get to.
And also Darius Smith, the left end on the defensive line for North, got caught in the same vortex that you just talked about because of that play fake, Tom. Excellent catch So Labby up the middle. Now it's a 3-yard, and it's going to be make it 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 about for the Cardinals. Handoff. No, it's a fake handoff, and he throws. It's complete to Chase Amaral. Amaral down the sideline to the 30-yard line before he's popped out of bounds on the tackle by Luke Peters, but a well-designed play moves the chains in a big way. BG's offense looking good here in their opening possession.
Yeah, they're showing something. They're able to move the football. Now what they don't want to do is get bogged down.
Replay. As we have a
quick
break
out, another quick pass. See? Right there on a swing pass where there's a lot of space. That's the key. He caught it in space and had room to run.
Good execution by BG. Keeper, Santa Suazo, weaving his way through the middle, driven to the turf.
Yeah, Toby Brown Jr. is finally able to make a play, right?
He's on the other side of the line now. They switch him around, huh?
Well, they move him all over the place.
So it is a decent gain on first down, 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Santa Suazo bouncing right back to his feet after that hard hit. This is high school. They don't baby the quarterbacks. They don't slide feet first. They take some real big hits and they get right back up and they keep going. Here's Matt Santa Suazo. He's going to hand this one off. Labby following his blocks gets to about the 25, needs to get to the 22 for first down. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Cardinals.
3rd and 3, John, but it's 2-down territory. They're not kicking any field goals here. They're going to keep moving it.
Yeah, good blocking up front from the center to the left side there for the Cardinals. Center is.
Yeah, I think one thing for BG, they have to look to the sideline to get the play. I think they could function well in a no-huddle offense.
And they're going to need that extra down, Tom, because although Matt Santa Suazo gained a yard, it'll be 4th down and at least 2 here for the first down. So a big play early. Opening kickoff return for touchdown for the Titans. And now the defense with a 4th and 2 trying to come up with a stop here on Bishop Guertin. The Cardinals threatening to go downfield on their opening drive and tie things up.
And Brown Jr. is on the right side. He's on the middle of your screen. So
let's see what will happen here. Santa Suazo looking to the sideline extensively, and he will follow his blocks to the left, and he gets dumped short of the first down. North with the stop. The ball will change hands on downs. Tackle made by number 51. Darius Smith was the one that caused Santa Suazo to go up and down short of the first down marker.
Well, the play again designed to go away from Toby Brown Jr. But John, where did BG have their most success? Out wide, right?
Yes.
They got away from that and decided to go up the middle, and that didn't work.
They kind of ran right into North's strength, Tom, there.
Exactly.
Swinging it wide. Peters trying to outrun everybody, and he won't be able to do it. Good pursuit by BG. Number 12 for the Cardinals with the key play. Chase Amaral, stride for stride with Peters to drive him out of bounds for a tackle for loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14.
Boy, that is still tough, though, for BG to move the ball the way they did and then all of a sudden come up short.
So the pass from Finlay is complete to Nick DeJesse. DeJesse is past the original first down marker, and he only gets 3 beyond that. So it's going to be 3rd and long here for the Titans. And Tom, as much as that was a disappointment to not make that first down on offense, opportunity knocks here for the BG defense to get this ball back via the punt or otherwise. 3rd down and 7. Finlay calling signals, going to fake the handoff, rolling to his left, looking to pass, throws it middle, wide open. Peters has it. First down, tackled at the 40. Big gain of 12 yards on a rollout pass to Peters, settling down in a zone.
Well, when in doubt, go with the guys you trust. And Derek Finley definitely trusts Jack Peters. Watch him roll out. The rollout is the key, right? Because what the rollout does is it frees the freezes the linebackers. They have to follow pursuit, and that gives Peter some space.
Fake handoff, and a quarterback keeper goes for just 1.5 yards there for Derek Finlay. It'll be second down and a long 8.
Still, that play for the first down is a field position play. Even if they don't, that they'll be able to punt if they have to punt the ball, then BG would be in tough, in bad field position.
Finlay with a man in motion. Reagan Brunette is in trouble. Finlay hit, scrambles, makes something out of it, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, no gain. 3rd down and 8.
And there I think you see the effect of Baker playing linebacker and not D-end, right?
Oh, yeah?
Right, John? Because he's not there. Where is he?
He's right in your face right there.
And there he goes.
So Baker, number 52, making his presence felt at linebacker now. The BG team's defense best player wants to come up big here on 3rd and long. Another opportunity for the BG defense to come up with a stop in a part of the field where North will likely punt. Dropping straight back, Finlay under pressure, throws deep down the middle, and it is complete. A great comeback catch by Reagan Brunette of North on a tightly contested ball. Big 3rd down conversion there for the Titans. Oh, is that Almonte? Oh, I'm sorry, it was Almonte, number 2.
Yeah, that was
Amari Almonte. Excuse me, Amari. I got your kickoff right, but there he is coming back.
There.
Matt Santosuaso had underneath pressure, but a perfectly thrown ball by Finlay to get it to Almonte. Rolling to his right. The throw, through the fingertips of the intended receiver. Number Peters, and nearly an interception by Cody Szymanski, who was
Szymanski looking a little frustrated. He didn't pick that one off.
Nobody was in front of him.
But North now, John, that added dimension of being able to succeed in the passing game, that tells me that they've got to get, if you're Guertin, more pressure on Finlay and hem him in. But he's so mobile, that's tough to do.
It is. I mean, I think the BG pass rush was inches away from knocking his throwing arm, but he got the ball away, and it was perfectly placed to Almonte. Amari with the stiff arm goes around end. He takes a heavy hit, and he's swallowed up, but Amari Almonte could have been tackled for a loss before he eluded that defender and got a positive gain out of it. Be 3rd and long again, though, for the Titans. On the replay, you can see he's got some lead blocking, but he needed to make that stiff arm.
Yeah, missed tackle.
Yeah.
Missed tackle in the backfield. Guertin is going to have to take advantage of those situations and make those tackles.
Finlay looking to the sideline for the call. Head coach Chad Sabolis and crew rolling to his left. He's going to throw it. Now he tucks it. He's going to run, and he's close to the 1st down marker. The spot might be 1 yard short as his knee hit at about the 28, and that's where they'll put the football down. Needed to get to about the 20.
Yeah, but they'll go for it.
They will go for it?
Oh, yeah, they'll go for it.
4th and 2.
I mean, they've got a great kicker in DNR Toplana.
Yeah.
But this is the way they're moving the football. There's no reason not to go for it.
Yeah, now if you're the BG defense, you could sell out for the run here. If the Titans dare throw it, there'd probably be nobody back there. They're going to run it. Almonte dives. He's hit near the line of scrimmage, and I don't know if he got it. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, I think he's short.
I think he is too.
Yep.
Let's see where they put that ball down. And it looks like BG ball, Tom.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
And you know what, John? That's an example of the running back being too far behind the line of scrimmage, right?
Agreed.
If you're
and guess who hit him?
Short, yeah, if you're 4th and short, get him up closer to the line where he can pound right through, right?
Jacob Baker with the finishing hit that prevented Almonte from getting a few extra feet that he needed for that first down.
Right, because Almonte had to run those few extra feet behind the line of scrimmage.
Exactly, and Baker closed in. It was the difference on that play. BG has to capitalize though as they start out.
And there is Bellavance on the carry, so he is in the game.
See if he can make an impact, and instead of just a presence, a great player hampered by leg injuries this season, hasn't been fully himself. But he's going to be the lead block here. Santa Suazo goes right and disappears in a pile of bodies. Gain of maybe 3. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Cardinals. A throwing down, perhaps. They went wide to the near side with a quick hitter, a quick out. Let's see if they go back to that. They definitely have the same setup for Chase Amaral, number 12.
They're definitely playing the wrong side of the field. They're definitely playing the short side. They need to get out wide.
See if they do it. They definitely, Titans are crowding the box there in the left hash. They've got 2 receivers matched up with 2 defenders on the wide side. Santa Suazo wants to go to the one-on-one matchups. He's looking immediately to his left. Now down the middle, throws it, and it's overthrown. He intended it. And a flag is going to go. Oh, interesting call. It might have felt that there was some kind of a yank on the uniform. Hopefully we'll get a look on the replay of why the ball was so overthrown of Cody Szymanski. Maybe there was a tug on his uni at some point as he made his break.
Now remember, in high school football, a pass interference call is 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, not from the spot of the foul.
Not a spot foul. There's the call. Goes against first big flag, maybe only flag of the game so far. Actually, we had a offside on North called earlier. That's a first down, though, a conversion, as they mark it off from where it was thrown. The ball was thrown from that spot, so they're going to mark off 15 yards, and it's going to be 42-yard line.
"15 yards from the line of scrimmage, not from where the ball was heaved, but from the line of scrimmage." No, line of scrimmage.
Well, you're right. So line of scrimmage was back there. 59 seconds remaining, first quarter. BG still having hopes of tying it up before this frame ends. On the right hash, the handoff is up the middle to Labby. He falls forward for about 4 or 5 on the carry. We'll spot it back. It's actually closer to a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. 44 seconds left to go as the Cardinals get their play call from the sideline. Receivers split wide left and right, and it's going to be a run up the middle. Santa Suazo found a little bit of a seam there and gets very close to first down yardage. He's going to be stopped about a yard short. 3rd down and yard and a half to go.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 2 yards short, but that's the first real good run that he's had in terms of being able to just. He's great at following his blockers and then cutting to where the hole is.
Trying to do it again, and it's a rugby scrum. He's going to be stopped just short of the first down. Let's see if they go for it on 4th.
Well, that was close.
Yeah, it was.
That's close. Let's see where they mark it.
They're eyeing it right now. Is this measurement?
Yeah, that was close, John. I thought it was closer than you thought.
It is close. They're gonna pull the chains out, I think. They're trying to clear the BG players away. We haven't seen the end of the first quarter. There won't be very much territory at all to switch. You just take the ball on this side of the 50 and put it just on the other side of the 50. But first, we're going to have a measurement to decide.
I say he made it.
I say he's 3 inches short. There you go. It's that much, Tom. A fist, the size of a fist, short of the first down. I'm laughing because, when the official eyes the tackle and he sees the pile of bodies, he walks over, he takes the football and he just puts it down in a spot where he thinks is right. It's not scientific, but the
No,
measurement is sort of scientific of the, the arbitrary spot.
Well, now North's got to switch sides, so they got to go to the other side. And
3 inches
my guess
or
is
4 inches to go.
they'll go for it, and they'll have Santa Suazo carry it.
Yeah.
But again, would he carry it in shotgun or would he carry it over center? If you take that snap over center, you got a guaranteed first down.
I have time to slip a note to the BG coaching staff, Tom, if you'd like. No shotgun on the sneaks.
They may not practice.
I don't think they do.
Center.
Andrew Piker, number 66, is the center for Bishop Guertin, who's been doing a great job with these shotgun snaps. And let's see if he will have to do another shotgun, or will he just do under center? I guess if you're a team that does shotgun all the time and then your quarterback suddenly goes underneath center, you're basically putting it up on a neon banner, aren't you, that I'm about to sneak this thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, both quarterbacks sneaks are like that, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, but that's something you do in practice, not not all of a sudden try it in a game. You do it in practice.
Yes. So the between quarter break seems to be getting extended here for some reason. The official in the white hat, far sideline, you see him attending to some sort of business over there.
Well, John, look at where the stick is and look at where the football is. It looks like they added about two or three more sticks.
Yeah, they messed up somehow.
Yeah, it sure looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should be that should be that marker should be just beyond the second where the Guertin coach is standing. That's where closer to where the marker should be.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, no, it's a yard off.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least half a yard off. A little bit of a math challenge here, as the officials had to take it from about the 48.
They're looking at it right now, right? They're looking at it. They know they've got it wrong. So, let's get going, guys, and put the ball in the right spot. Put the ball in the right spot.
Well, I think it should be easy. You should just take the line to gain and put it about 4 inches away from the yard marker.
So let's see how they do it.
Still looks off to me, but I'm going by where it says the ball marker.
Right.
Yeah, the measurement was not that far apart from the fourth down marker to the first down marker. Now
they've moved it a little bit, I think, haven't they? Yeah, they have.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Yes, they have.
You know what? No, I mean it looks like it's instead of like a foot or less inches, it looks like a whole yard. Anyway, 4th down and 1.
No, you're right.
It wasn't 1. It was 4 inches. Okay. BG's just going to roll with it, I guess, but they better not end up. Timeout. Timeout is called. We're going to talk about this play. So 12 minutes up on the board for the second quarter. 7-0. North leads it. Tom, has this game kind of gone as you thought, or is it a little bit different?
12 minutes on the board and maybe 12 minutes in between the third and fourth round.
12-minute break between quarters. It's like we could have a marching band come out here. So has the game kind of gone as you thought, or is this sort of?
Well, I thought North might have the special teams advantage, but I didn't expect a return for a touchdown on the opening kick. So, but in terms of the way they've carried the ball, I think North. What surprised me is North's passing game. It's improved since the first night of the season.
Nashua North special teams, the only reason there are points on the board so far. An opening kickoff return for touchdown, and we're going to see it again. Amari Almonte back there with George Grayson and Andino. Almonte stepped up and took it. He took it on the 15. It was 85 yards.
Right up the middle, right? See, there he goes. He goes right through the seam. Should not happen if you're BG. And if you're North, you'll love the blocking on that play.
Oh, yeah. Clinic.
All right, here we go.
So 4th and inches for the Cardinals. And in the shotgun is Santos Suazo. As they blitz him, he goes up the middle and he gets the first down. So I think North picked the wrong seam to blitz on. Santos Suazo found a seam on the right following his blockers.
Well, the thing with Santos Suazo, John, is
here it is.
He's got great vision. Watch. See, he's going to look and see where everything's happening. And he looks straight ahead down that side, and he goes right through.
Yeah, he found a nice slot to take advantage of. Labby with the carry, wearing a backpack of Nashua North defenders immediately upon taking the handoff, but he plows forward for a gain of 3. Second down and 7.
You know what Guertin needs, John? They need one of those carries to all of a sudden get loose and result in a longer game.
You're right. Hasn't happened yet, but
no, it hasn't, and I don't know if it will with the way that they're running things.
Yeah, that was blown up immediately by Xavier Jalbert, the senior defensive lineman, got penetration and just was around Labby's lower leg immediately. That was not going anywhere. A tackle for loss on the play of 1 yard. 3rd down and 8. Santos Suazo.
That second down.
Yep.
Second down would have been an ideal situation for play action.
Agreed. Now, kind of everybody knows that Santos Suazo is going to put it up, but he's got 3 receivers split to the wide side left. Matched up with just 3 defenders over there. There's no safety help. Interesting, Tom. I don't know if you take a deep shot or not, but let's see what Santos Suazo wants to do. He rolls out. He's got pass blocking from Labby. Dumps it off short, incomplete. Kind of a off-foot throw there by Santos Suazo. Not able to get the ball to his intended back.
Well, if you've got a 3rd down play and you're throwing the football, I want to throw beyond the sticks, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I think it's Roland Balistreri was the intended receiver there. And
right. My guess is you're going to see a Santos Suazo line up as a quarterback and then revert back as a punter and kick the football.
Well, when I see that pass coverage, I want your fastest guy to go down 10 yards and break it to the middle. And there is an offside, and Peters got drawn.
Oh.
It's still going to be 4th down, but it'll be 4th and short, right? Do they give him an automatic first down on that?
No automatic, no. It's offside.
Okay.
So we're going to see a repeat of exactly what we saw before, and now Guertin will go for it.
4th and short.
4th and about 2.
Will he keep the play that he had called, which no doubt was a pass play? Let's see if they stay with it. Or will Santos Suazo maybe fake a pass and tuck it and follow a block from Labby to his left? They're going to switch up here a little bit. Labby's on his right.
All right, Toby Brown Jr. in the middle of your screen. He is to Santos Suazo's left. He's on the left side.
Straight drop, and Santos Suazo is going to get swallowed. A busted play for the Cardinals, and tremendous pressure. Toby Brown Jr. all over Santos Suazo. The ball changes over on downs.
Yeah, that's a tough play. You've got to look and see where he is on the field,
and then don't be there.
Because he's going to wreak havoc. Right.
Be someplace else.
So what you do is you roll out the other way,
yes, right? I mean, if I see him in the middle on a pass rush, I'm running to my left wide side as fast as I can to make some space and make a throw, I think. That pocket collapsed instantaneously, and it is North's ball, 1st and 10. Finley will keep it, diving forward for 5.
Yeah, good field position for North as they're starting at near midfield.
Jacob Baker with the tackle.
Here's what has to happen on those plays. You've got somebody upstairs, right? He's got to see where Brown is lined up. Then he radios that down, and then that should influence where the play call is.
Yes. And probably the same thing with Baker. Now, I shortchanged Jacob Baker. That tackle was only after a 3-yard
gain. You
gain.
do the same thing, but I don't know if they're doing that or not. Either side, right?
And it'll be Almonte, and he shakes the tackle. Almonte, tremendous run here. 1st down for number 2. He could have been tackled at the line of scrimmage. 10-yard run, or a 7-yard run there by Amari Almonte.
Well, Mario Almonte,
there.
the player of the game so far for Nashua North.
Chase Amaral had a legitimate shot at him, and then 7 yards later, he's got the first down. First and 10.
Tackling, John, right? If you're good,
Yes.
tackling.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Finlay hands it off and sprinting through everybody. Brewski, man, that's down the sideline goes Jordan racing in Andino, and he's out of bounds close to the end zone. They're going to spot him actually out of bounds at the 9. What a run by Jordan racing in Andino. Ball was on the 46, a gain of 35. Or 37, excuse me. 37-yard run.
There's the speed. Watch Raisin and Andino cut to the outside right away, right through that hole. You give him a seam like that, he's going to take off, and he's going to make a lot of yards.
And up the middle and into the 10 zone. Mari Almonte has his second touchdown of the night, one on a kickoff return, this one on a 9-yard run up the middle. So it is a 13-0 lead for the Titans with the extra point to come. That's
Chad Zabola's. I'll tell you right after.
Toplana's extra point is good. Leonard Toplana.
Chad Zabola said that his line is a work in progress right now up front. They're still trying to get in sync with the back. Well, you know what? I think they're in sync with the backs. Yeah. I think that line is doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, they sure are. So there was a great run by Jordan Racing in Andino. The cut he made at the 30-yard line was the key one as he took it to the outside around a defensive back, and he gained another 20 yards after that, and that is what set up the touchdown.
That's the type of back that Guertin on their side of the ball doesn't have.
Yeah. Bellovan's out, really struggling with the leg issues.
Right. They don't have that type of breakaway back.
So that's our first non-special teams touchdown. Certainly the BG defense made it very difficult for the North offense to finally get a touchdown. Titans will be kicking off now, leading by 2 scores. As Toplana kicks it high and deep down the far hash mark. And it's returned far side. Good return to about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Ronan Balistreri on the return for BG of about 30 yards. Let's see where this ball came down. Spotted at the 35, and so he got it at the 7-yard line.
7-yard line.
Turn to 28. 8:50 to go in the half. BG's had a couple of lengthy drives that have ended in disappointing fashion. Most of all, that last drive, which was stopped by a sack. Toby Brown Jr. blowing it up on a straight drop by Sanasuazo, who never got the ball off.
No, and it gave North a short field.
Yes. Keeper, Sanasuazo trying to break free. Oh boy, if he hadn't been tripped up. I don't think he was tripped up literally, but he gets a first down, a gain of about 10. Gets it to the
Jonathan
45.
Torres tripped him up, number 23. Torres fought off his block, and then he goes right down and trips him up from behind.
Yeah, I was trying to see if it was his feet on purpose, which you can't do, but I don't think he did anything illegal there.
No, he just lunged at him to try to get him down.
Yeah. 1st and 10. Sanasuazo hands this one off. Labby, good gain on first down. He got at least 5, maybe 6 yards on the first down carry. A couple of Titans defenders bought the play fake. They thought maybe Sanasuazo was going to hang on to it again. 2nd and 4.
In my mind, John, this is a must-score drive for BG.
Feel the same, Tom. It's a game that could possibly get away from them if they keep They don't keep pace with the Titans scoring. And also keep their defense off the field again if they can. A lot of two-way players out there, of course, but they certainly don't want Titans to get a 3-score advantage. And up the middle, big opening. Labby skips his way for a gain of about 20. No, he's 6 and 2nd and 4. It was a gain of about 14. Terrific run. Ethan Labby, a revelation here for Bishop Guertin, carrying the football. Yeah, it wasn't touched until.
Well, everybody's looking at the fake from Santa Suazo because they think he's going to throw the football.
Wow, Ethan Labby with an embarrassment of green space right there. He was able to go about 10 yards before he even got touched by Jack Peters. Timeout, official timeout, or what do we have?
Peters had to respect the play fake with Santa Suazo.
I think North called it. Yeah, North wants a timeout.
Probably to get their defense going. BG has made some type of an adjustment that has given them runs up the middle that North wants to put a stop to.
Yeah, that had a different look to it, those past couple of runs there by Ethan Labby. So it's a game of adjustments. BG made one, made some big gains, and now North is going to talk it over with 7:06 remaining in the first half. Battle of two talented running quarterbacks, Derek Finlay and Matt Santa Suazo, who can both put the ball up when called upon with some success. Player of the game so far, clearly Amari Almonte with both touchdowns, including a 85-yard kickoff return for touchdown on the opening boot of this winner wins the West contest. This game, for me right now, living up to the hype. Especially if BG can go down and put this ball into the end zone. Key drive, as Tom said. Santa Suazo, 1st and 10. Trying to quarterback his offense down the field. Of course, plenty of time left in the half to do that. 7:06. North's made their defensive adjustment.
Toby Brown is on the side closest to us, down on the left or right side.
Instant stop there as they went back to Labby. Went back to the lab, Tom.
Right.
And that experiment ended.
That's what that timeout was all about, to stop the runs up the middle.
Yeah.
See, again, that's a perfect time for play action, right? They run it, run it.
Oh, yeah,
play action.
Because that's what the huddle was all about for North. How do we stop that run play with Labby?
Yeah,
and they could have faked to that.
Guertin's got to incorporate some of that. They're going to have to do something to throw North's defense off balance.
Sure.
Because they can't outrun Nashua North.
Oh, it's hindsight now, but you're absolutely right. Fake it to Labby and throw it deep down the sideline, maybe. Here's a run. Santa Suazo's going to follow his blocks. Nice cut. Gets to about the 30. Needs to get to the 25 for the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. 2-down territory for the Cardinals. North trying to come up with a stop. A little gingerly getting up off the turf was Darius Smith of the Titans. One of their key defenders. Good cut right there. 3rd drive of the first half for the Cardinals. They're trying not to come up empty, though, and this 3rd and 4th downs here are key. It is looking like another North blitz. They're going to try to get to Santa Suazo before he can get rid of the football. Let's see if he sprints out in a scramble. No, he's going to keep it, run right, cuts it in. He's got a first down. Santa Suazo's loose, 10-5, touchdown, Bishop Guertin. Matt Santa Suazo, 30 yards on a 3rd and 5 play.
Well, the one thing that Santa Suazo does, John, is he hesitates in his runs, right? He runs right up, stop, freezes the defense, and then cuts away from it. Watch, see? He's going to go. There he stops, and then all of a sudden just cuts through and goes right down the field.
Great blocking, too, on the right side. Toby Brown was on the other side. They ran away from him that time,
Well, you've
Tom.
got to. You cannot run towards Toby Brown Jr.
And that was the key to that play. Yeah, I think he was actually, rushing the passer, looking for a pass. So was I. I was looking for a pass, and BG fooled us all with that keeper right, and it was the right call. It is 14-7 as the extra point after is good. And with 5:23 remaining, we've got a one-score game.
Well, we told you they needed to score on that drive. I think it was a must score.
Yeah. Wow.
So now we look at 5:23 to go in the half, and we look to see if Nashua North can drive down the field and make it a two-score game before halftime. The danger here is the kickoff. BG has got to decide what they're going to do. Are they going to squib it and not get a return and sacrifice field position? They're going to have to make that call.
Yeah. And the kick is a low ground ball. It's fielded at the 25, and it's run past the middle, and it's a big return. Probably a mistake by BG to do what they did, which is a ground ball kickoff. It was returned by Steven Rosario nicely. Good job by Steven Rosario, the junior running back. Chance to shine with the football, and he actually brought it back to the 46.
The ground ball kick kind of makes it, tough for them to get down the field in time, right?
Yeah.
The ball's not in the air.
Especially when you have a sure-handed up man like that, like Rosario. Good trip-up tackle as Cody Szymanski trips up the ball carrier. A great defensive play, holding it to about a half-yard gain. 2nd and 9 for the Titans. BG's made life difficult for this North offense. They've had some big plays, but they've had to earn every yard. See, they got Jordan Racing and Andino as the lone running back, and they got 3 receivers split wide to the left, who they've not utilized very much tonight. And they were looking for to make a quick hitter. Peters was open, but Finley never got the ball away as he was swarmed by BG tacklers for a loss. It'll be 3rd and 11. Great sack play there by the 3 BG defenders. Up front, they've got the nose tackle is Rocco Gerasi, one of the captains. To his right is A.J. Rasmussen, and they shut that down. Rolling out, Finley looking to pass, and he's going to be tackled for an even bigger loss. It's going to be 4th and about 15 for the Titans. Here's the play. On 3rd and 11, Finley running to the wide side, rolling out, looking to pass, can't find anybody, pulls it down, and he's going to be tackled from behind. Great pursuit by Jacob Baker. Highlight play for Jacob. Baker had to run about 30-something yards to make that play. I think Tom might be having audio.
No,
you're good? You're there. Okay.
Yeah, I had to answer a text from, one of my correspondents.
3:50 to go in the half. 14-7. North leads BG.
That's a big stop, though.
It sure is.
You needed Baker to make a big defensive play, and he did.
Tremendous play. And so BG's got the ball back with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Coming off the success of their last drive, we'll see what they come up with for play calls here. This game has not had a turnover yet, except on downs. No fumbles, no interceptions. Not a place on the field where you want
to. You just did it now.
Yeah, well, most games have them, unfortunately, but I'm not wishing it on anybody, but just something to keep in mind. They want a ball security this time of the half especially. And Labby with a sure-handed carry gains a good chunk there on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I think Santa Suazo may have carried on that play. He was down on the ground, so he may have been him.
I think he led the blocking on that.
No, maybe. That's why he led the
credit
down
for
on the ground.
Labby on the PA.
the thing here is now, I mean, Guertin kind of caught in the middle here. You want to move the ball downfield, but you don't want North to get it back.
That's Santosuazo with the keeper. Fake to Labby. He's got the first down as he's beyond the 35. A gain of 6 that time for Matt Santosuazo, picking his way through the left side of the line as they continue to run away from Toby Brown. Brown on the near linebacker side. They ran left.
Have to, right?
Yes.
You have to run away from them.
It sounds overly simple, but you have to do it, and it's working for the. Now they'd have to go left if they want to run away from Baker.
Right, and that's a short side of the field.
Good protection this time. A lot of time. Santosuazo pointing deep. He's got a man back there. Complete, all by himself, out of bounds. Big play, just standing there. Roland Balistreri behind the deepest defender, and Santosuazo finds him. Put some air under it, but it got there in time.
John, he could have set up a picnic and had lunch and had us down there for some food. He had all sorts of time.
Good field vision by Santosuazo. Good play by
the
Balistreri.
The defense has to wait. They have to see whether he's going to run it or not. So the defenders are kind of caught watching the play, right? And Balistreri gets right behind them.
Before that play, Tom, the clock was kind of a factor, but I don't think it is now. 2:36 to go, ball on the 28.
Right, not a factor. But what is a factor is BG needs to keep getting some positive yards. They can't take a loss on any of these plays.
And they do, right on cue.
Yeah, that's a big
And guess who's
right
in the
there.
middle of it? I think he was mad that he let that pass get thrown because Toby Brown was right in the face of Santosuazo when he threw that deep sideline job to Balistreri. And that time he did get to the BG quarterback for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Cardinals. So they want to take away that wide side. It's a chess game. They got Brown on the left, so he's going to look right to throw it, and he's got a cutter. It is incomplete. It was in and out of the hands of Cody Szymanski on the cut-in.
I'd love to see where that throw was. How low was it to the ground? Because Szymanski was open.
Knee high, I believe.
Let's see it. Yep, he tried to scoop it up by his knees, and I think his knees, John, may have knocked it out of his hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's a split-second decision, and this is easy to say, but if he maybe had committed to catching it and falling.
Guertin's going to talk this over, I believe, to try to figure out what they want to do offensively here on 3rd and 12.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say it's a decision you have to make quick on the run, but if he committed to catching it and just falling to make sure he held on, he tried to catch it and keep running.
Right.
That was tough.
Right.
You know, you got your legs moving.
That's tough to do.
Yeah. That's a difficult catch. It's on your left, outside your left knee. You're running on an angle, kind of southeast to northwest across the field, and trying not to lose the handle. It's a tough get. So it goes as an incompletion. Opportunity missed there for Guertin. 3rd and 12. Once again, they decided to not go to the wide side because Toby Brown was standing over there in his linebacker position. Let's see where he is positioned this time.
Well, you know what? You can go to the wide side, but you just have to throw it beyond Toby Brown.
I don't see him right now. Where is he? Is he in the right?
I believe he's down
lined
at the
up on
bottom
the
of
line.
street.
Okay. Yeah, he is. You're right. He's on this side, the near side. They're going to go screen pass. They got some blocking. Labby, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. Good job by the North defense to penetrate that shield and get the receiver down at the 21.
4th and about 2.
4th and 2.
Yep.
No timeout. They're going to go right into the play. 1:25 to go.
Labby needed to cut inside on that play, John. If he cuts inside, he gets a first down. So now it's 4th down.
You just got 2 timeouts left, by the way. They didn't take it. Here comes the rusher, throws deep. He's got a man. It's a touchdown. It's a 20-yard touchdown throw to Ronan Balistreri, who again got open behind the deepest defender. A defensive lapse there for the Titans.
Let's see how he got so wide open.
They were thinking that Santa Suazo might get tackled.
He went right through the seam. 3 defenders let him go right through.
Nobody went with him, Tom.
Right.
And Santa Suazo again seeing all reaches of the field, sees his receiver break open and under pressure able to put some air under it and an easy catch on the receiving end.
Big kick here, John. Big kick to tie.
And they do. 14-14 with 1:08 to go in the first half. A tremendous football game here at Stellos.
Yeah, now comes the real tough play, the kickoff.
Yeah.
You know, that is the toughest play for Guertin right now. Their special teams, their kickoff coverage.
So you're saying that their kickoff coverage is in such disarray, they're just afraid to even kick it down to the 10-yard line, the 5, because of the return?
Yeah, that was the case. That was that way last year, too.
Wow. No, you don't want, do you want to just kick it out of bounds like a coffin corner and take the penalty? Is that something?
No, you know what I want to do? I want to hire Jason Roby as their special teams coach, because that's one of the special teams.
That would be the solution. Jason Roby, the former Nashua North coach and kicking mentor, who is doing the public address so well night after game after night.
See, North got the advantage because Toplano can kick it out of into the end zone. BG, I don't think can. Let's see what they do
Long,
here.
low liner. It's bobbled for the moment. Picking it up is Jordan Racing and Andino, and they get him down at the 22-yard line. So nervous time for the Titans, but they're able, BG, but they're able to tackle the talented running back.
And you know what, John? How many times do you see when a kickoff is bobbled, it freezes the return, it freezes the coverage team, and all of a sudden the returner is able to make yards? That time.
That's not a good look with Jordan Racing and Andino right now.
No, but that time Guertin was right there. They waited for him.
He seemed to have an ankle or a lower leg problem there, but he shook it off and he's in this play. Running back next to Derek Finlay with 1:01 left to go in the first half and a tie game, 14-all. BG erasing a 14-0 deficit.
Yeah, they've got to watch out for the big play. North is going to look for that big play.
And after I thought maybe that Jordan Racing and Andino was hobbled, he carries the ball for, he's slow to get up. Oh, that's not him, that's the lineman. That is Darius
that's
Smith.
51. That's Darius Smith, yep.
And
they're going to have to check him out.
He's in distress.
Yep. Now, Raisin Andino is just, he's a good running back. You know why? He runs straight. He runs straight up. Yeah, that's a shoulder issue. He's may have had a stinger.
Yes, he's a two-way player. He's a very important player on defense for the Titans as well. So hopefully it's not overly serious for him.
They may take him inside and look at him right now while we only have a little bit of time left in the half. All right, John Collins, 40 seconds left. What do you call? You going to throw it?
I'm gonna say Finlay roll wide side, fake to throw it, and try to run.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I'd throw it.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. He's gonna roll to his left, and he's gonna try to run it, and he cuts it back, and he loses it on the turf, and BG's got the ball. Tom, the reason I didn't want to throw it, I don't want an interception. We got a fumble, a turnover with 22 seconds to go.
Well, I told you were.
Let's see who popped the ball loose. I mean, he tried to make something out of traffic here, And it's going to be right there. The ball is out, and it is number 16 for Guertin, who forced a fumble. Dante Nieto with a huge play.
Yep. I told you were jinxing with the turnovers, but
I did.
it was a delayed jinx.
Yes. And it rears its head here, the turnover jinx, in the waning seconds of the first half, and the improbability is possible. BG could actually come from 14-0 down and take the lead at half. Whistle at the snap. You know what you have to do if you're the Titans? You have to know where Ronan Balistreri is, number 15 for BG, who's had 2 huge plays in this second quarter, getting open behind the defense.
I think that was a penalty. Was it, or is timeout? I'm not sure.
Might have been well, let's see. Timeout BG, that's what it finally was. They had a couple to burn, so they're down to 1 now.
The referee came back to the other 45 and pointed the other way towards BG, you know. And I thought he made a signal.
Well, wait a minute. No, you might be right about that. He's putting the ball down as if it's a 5-yard penalty.
I think it was a delay of game.
So they got a delay of game.
I think you're right. For delay of game.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. And then they called the timeout after that.
Right.
Yeah, because they took a half second off the clock.
Not bad for my living room, huh?
Yeah. Ron Welliver checking in from the mountains. He's streaming this game up in North Conway, watching it. He's like, Tom's doing it from his living room. I could have done it from the top of the mountain. I don't think we could have got Zoom as easily at the top of the mountain, but it would have been nice to have you, Ron, and Tom both as we watch this exciting matchup. Bishop Guertin against North in a winner wins the West contest. I love that.
Ron kind of belongs in the mountains, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's hiking all over. And another lengthy break here between plays. We had one between the first and second quarters.
Well, I think that's John Trisciani talking with the officials.
Yeah, this is the longest first half I think we've had this season.
Yeah.
About an hour and 15 minutes on the clock, the AM/PM clock, that is. And they're going to take that penalty off the table. They're going to say BG got the timeout in before. See, it's very confusing. They pick up the flag. You were right about both that you know it had the feel of a penalty, and
now Chad Zabolis wants to know
what's going on. He's like, and they put some time back on the clock, like a second, 22.6 seconds to go in the first half. I think they got it right.
God, it's taken a long time to get this next out. I'm telling you.
So Matt Santosuazo calling signals. He's got Ethan Labby to his left. He's going to fake the handoff and drop. Deep down the middle, it's got a man, and it's off the chest of Balistreri, incomplete. He found some space inside of a double team with safety help and no completion. That was a great throw by Santosuazo.
Great throw down the middle and a catchable ball, John.
Yes.
Got to make that catch.
Yeah,
he jumped when he didn't. Now maybe
he
just
mistimed his leap. He did, Tom. You're right.
And maybe just a little bit behind him.
And turned his head a little bit too, because he knew the hit was coming.
Right, but you got to make that catch.
Yeah, that's the thing. As a receiver, you kind of just have to accept you're going to get hit and just turn around and square back to the ball as much as you can, and just make sure you catch it. Don't worry about the run after. There's Santosuazo. He's going to dump it. He's got a man open down the sideline. And this is Cody Szymanski. Ball pops in the air. Is it inbounds? Is he out of bounds?
They're going to say he's out.
Oh, big call.
Oh, what a
Cody
break.
Szymanski, the completion. And out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Oh, I can see the disappointment on Almonte's face. Down there. He just shook his head.
He thought he had a Pop-Tart turnover, and instead, let's see if he steps out.
Let's see where his foot is. Let's see.
Right there, he must have stepped out. The official had it.
Right around the 7-yard line.
Yep. That was kind of a late call. And it was not, we don't have HD here, zoom on that. But you have to take the official's word that there was a piece of Cody Szymanski's white cleat that was on the white out-of-bounds marker. Wow, that was an exciting play. It was almost a turnover, but then not. And now it's goal to goal from the 6-yard line.
So now what do you do here? All right.
That's 5 seconds, by the way, not 50 on the clock, folks.
Right, that's 5
that are in the
seconds.
stadium. It looks like 5-0 with no decimal point, but it's 5
right.
seconds.
So
do you have enough time to throw two pass plays or no?
No, you got enough time to throw maybe one pass play. It's got to be in the end zone. And
is he kicking a field goal, Tom?
Yeah, you got to kick it.
He's kicking a field goal.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, they're taking the points. It's not the NFL, but I forgot that is the right play to do a field goal here. And timeout call by the Titans.
North
they had one to burn.
Timeout.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's nobody worried about a pass on this. If it's a fake field goal, you can throw somebody over to the left corner where it says BG on the turf right there. Wasn't anybody even thinking about covering somebody out of the backfield right there if you wanted to do a fake. Just an idea.
Well, John, the thing is you've got to hit it. If you don't, the clock.
Oh, exactly. It's the last play either way. If you're going to go fake, you're going to sacrifice the field goal.
If they had 2 more seconds left, it might give them enough time for a pass play.
Right.
If they had 7 or 8 seconds instead of 5.
Well, when you see this play unfold right now, my play is that the tight end lines up left and it goes to the holder. The kicker takes a step, he doesn't kick it, and the holder stands up and he throws it to the tight end breaking to the left corner of the end zone. But it looks like they got some linebacker help, so maybe they're not going to be fooled by such a play.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
I didn't see that before, actually. And it's a loose ball, and they will not get a field goal. It's loose. That is it. Time expires on a failed field goal attempt by the Cardinals. 14-14 at the half. Here it is. Oh, it was blocked. Yeah.
It certainly looked like somebody had to either block it or the kicker whiffed. One or the other, John.
Yeah.
The high snap killed it.
Yeah, it threw him off. The holder had to get it down, and he was off stride. But we have a terrific half of football in the books. We'll have the bands performing at halftime. We'll have Kirk Carlson from California, Toby Brown's uncle, in the booth talking about recruiting, talking about watching Nashua ETV out west. Stay with us for halftime here on Nashua ETV.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2022 Bishop Guertin High School Cardinal Marching Band and their field show, Band Romance. Featuring Bad Romance, Ain't No Other Man, and Forget You. The band is under the direction of Mr. Brian Stark and is assisted by Mrs. Amanda Stark with percussion instruction by Chief Master Sergeant Dave Long, United States Air Force, and drill designed by Dr. Ron Fussell. The ensemble is conducted by drum majors Nora Zaveri and Sabrina Sterrett. Please welcome the Marching Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Bishop Guertin Cardinal Marching Band. Now entering the field is the Nashua High School North Titans Marching Band under the direction of Kristen Olson. The assistant band director is Elizabeth Nault. Visual design is by Carrie Swift. Drill instructors are Elizabeth Nault and Kevin Swift. The drumline instructor is Liam Quinn. On the field, the Titans are directed by drum majors Quincy Schoenman, Molly Sullivan, and Ben Wheeler. The Nashua North Marching Band presents its 2022 show, Titans Day Off. It includes School's Out, Come Out and Play, Car Wash, and Walking on Sunshine. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear one more time for the Nashua High School North Marching Band.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stellos Stadium. We are at halftime, where the score is Bishop Guertin 14 and the Titans of Nashua North 14. The Titans actually led from the opening kickoff, an 85-yard return by Amari Almonte. Took it right down the middle to the house, and the Titans would add a touchdown later on another run by Almonte. So he's got both of the touchdowns for North. Then BG late second quarter, they came up with 2 scores of their own. They threatened to score a third time after benefiting from a fumble recovery. And here's the Almonte touchdown once again as he goes right down the middle. Basically untouched, a no-no for a cover team. You're going to see Cody Szymanski, number 2, had a last shot at him right here. Gets a swipe on a leg, but high stepping it into the end zone. Almonte took it home for an exciting opening play. Took only about 10 seconds off the clock, and already the Titans were up 7-0, and we had fears maybe that they were going to literally run away with it, but not. BG's defense stepped up. And we will see what happens in the second half, but this is a game that is living up to the hype here. The winner wins the West contest. John Collins along with Tom King, and we are pleased to be joined by Kirk Carlson, the uncle of Toby Brown Jr., one of the stars in this game. Toby, the class of 23, defensive end and edge rusher, 6'3", 235-pounder. And has something that you usually don't see in fantasy football, a GPA of 3.75. We'll throw that in there. They should award some more fantasy points for that. So 2-time State Player of the Week award with 12 sacks and 46 tackles, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 blocked passes. This is an unbelievable list of accomplishments. 1 block punt, 2 touchdowns Toby has had as he plays both ways. We just saw on his Twitter that he received an offer to play Division I football for Sacred Heart in Connecticut, and we are pleased to be joined by Uncle Kirk. Welcome to the booth.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, John, and pleasure to be on.
Now, I know that as we speak, there's a little bit of concern. Toby might have got dinged up in the first half a little bit.
Yeah, Toby unfortunately twisted his knee on one of the plays and was trying to walk it off. Not sure the situation now. We're going to play it by ear. I think, at this point, halftime, big game, but, we've got bigger fish to fry, and I think, there's nothing more important than his health.
Yeah.
And we want to ensure his safety, and I'm not sure if he's going to be going back in here in the moment, but we really want to play it very carefully.
Yeah, so won't speculate any further. We'll see, in fact, if Toby returns. But wanted to ask you about the next step and the bigger things. We're in 2022 now, going into 2023. Media is a big thing, right? When you do, when they have college recruiting, is that something you have to put together? A package, as they say?
Yeah, I'll tell you, a lot of the recruiting these days is done on Twitter.
Really?
The social media, that's, predominantly how a lot of the coaches are contacting players, how they're getting looks. So when Toby and I discussed his goal of playing Division I football, we needed a strategy. We talked to a number of different folks that were recruiters, and really we came up with a plan, which a lot of that plan was built around posting on social media, trying to get him looks, posting his stats, making sure that people are aware about him, because especially players coming out of New Hampshire, I think a lot of times Division I coaches are not aware of the talent that we have here. So we really got to do our best in showcasing that talent, and that's what we've been trying to do.
Yeah, it's kind of a rarity to go up that ladder, that high echelon competition ladder. That we've actually had Tom knows this, but we had a Nashua player go all the way to the NFL defensive end. Now, of course, the name escapes me. Tom.
Kendall Reyes.
Kendall Reyes, thank you.
Yeah, he's actually here today. I
really
spoke with him earlier.
Right now?
He is.
Oh,
and he worked with Toby this summer, actually, so it was fantastic for Toby to go in there and get some one-on-one sessions with Kendall.
Oh, wow.
And we were super fortunate. Kendall's a great person, fantastic mentor for Toby. We just spoke a little bit about it, just making sure that Toby is coming off the line a little bit lower and some of the technique behind what they've been trying to do.
Well, Kendall Reyes as a coach, that's terrific. I'm
is.
glad I alluded to that with my deficient memory. Anyway.
No, Kendall's done some off-field tutoring for a lot of for some players.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Tom, anything you want to ask Kirk before we launch it?
I can't hear Kirk. I can only,
Okay.
the only thing I can ask is last year, of course, Toby's coming out was that NFL Network Youth Football Player of the Week. It was high school Player of the Week. How much does that help get his name out there in terms of getting colleges looking at him?
Yeah, I'm not sure that it helped tremendously. I think that mostly what has helped is the film and sending out the film, especially on social media. That play in particular that he won the award for was great recognition for Nashua and New Hampshire in general, but I'm not sure it went a long way in terms of getting a lot of the coaches' eyes on him per se.
Yep.
But I think at this point that we've got one offer, I think that is going to kind of build a cascading effect. A lot of other coaches are going to see that and start to make a move on him. Mm-hmm. As a defensive player, it's really hard to quantify what he's doing on the field. But if you watch him in particular the entire game like I do, you can see the effect that he's having on the offense.
Well, you know what, Kirk, it's hard not to watch him as a broadcaster, too, because he's kind of dictating where they run their plays. They're trying to run away from, at least they started to do it in the second quarter after no success in the first quarter. It's almost like if Toby's here, we're going here. So it's hard not to watch him a lot, number 57. Question is whether he'll come back on the field right now as we do see him out there. Did you say no helmet? Are you right? No helmet, yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's probably the indication that he's not going to go back out. But, yeah, you're exactly right. Their offensive scheme is kind of keying off Toby's position and determining the play based off of what they think he's going to do.
Yeah, so that's a huge concern for you right now. Kirk, you are living in the West Coast right now in the Bay Area, right? And you are able to see Nashua ETV out there? Yeah,
super fortunate to have Nashua ETV be able to broadcast these games, these home games especially. I just put it up on the smart TV, put in Nashua ETV streaming, and it's fantastic. Love working with you guys and shooting you over text and notes on Twitter.
Just like you're right here, and you're actually 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, you can probably see me shivering over here. That's only because the last time we were talking earlier, I think a few weeks ago, it was 95 degrees in California while you guys were up here in the booth.
Man, I know, huh? I think it was 90 degrees in that baseball game, playoff game they had in San Diego the other day. So, yeah, it's a different story. The temperature was about 59 or so at game time. It's going to be 39 by the time we walk out of here tonight, and doesn't seem to be affecting the players on the field so much, although we did have a first fumble there near the end of the first half. So we're happy to have Kirk Carlson with us here, Toby Brown's uncle, and of course you're not tied down if you have to go, Kirk, and talk to Toby or anything you need to do.
Appreciate it.
Your presence is appreciated, and joining us at halftime is appreciated as well. As we have the kickoff for the opening of the second half, as Derek Tuplana kicks it down end over end to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be returned full head of steam and tackled just short of the 30-yard line. That was number 12 on the return, Chase Amaral.
Chase Amaral, yep.
Handles return
let's
duties.
See, John. Let's see if Guertin can put together a drive, or if Nashua North. If Brown is not out there, which I don't see him yet.
No, we just determined, Tom, he was without his helmet on the sideline.
Right, I saw him. He was he was in the defensive meeting right before the start of the half without a helmet. So he's not out there right now, and my guess is he may not be. We'll see.
Right. So Bishop Guertin came all the way back and tied it 14-all, and they get the ball here to start the second half.
what that's going to do is that's going to give Santosuazo more time behind the line if he wants to throw the football. That's the biggest thing.
Frankly, yes, and he can go left or right now with it. He doesn't have to worry about where Toby is standing before the play. And that's a run to the right.
So if I'm Guertin,
5.
if I'm Guertin, the guy I worry about now is Jack Peters, number 44.
Right. He's the key defender at the moment, and right now can open the playbook for Bishop Guertin because they have 2nd and 5 in their opening drive of the second half. Handoff is to Labby. Labby plowing his way through traffic, and he's all the way to midfield before they drag him down.
Wow,
a gain of about 15.
That's his best run of the game, and you got to wonder, again, would he have gotten those yards? Watch his second effort.
I say no.
Right there, the burst.
Those yards, Tom. I know what you're going to say. If Toby was out there, no way.
Well, you know what happened?
Yeah.
Peters had him by the ankles, and he got free. Peters had him. Peters had him by the ankles, and he got loose, and that's where he got the extra yards.
The fantastic thing about the Toby Peters duo is that Toby can hold that line and have Peters come up the middle
and finish.
And you see a lot of the times that they're keying off each other.
1st and 10 now for the Cardinals as Matt Santosuazo calls signals. He's going to go back to the lab. Nathan Labby, and he's plowing forward, and you did not see this in the first half, just driving the pile close to a first down.
It shows you how one player can affect a game.
It's amazing.
Or defensively.
Yeah, it really is. And so, gain of 9.
Watch the push.
Yeah, I mean, Peters was on his back at the end, but there was no tackle anywhere near the line of scrimmage. No tackling ability. Labby's going right back to the play, and they're moving the chains, going right up the middle, so why not go back to it? The receivers at this point just window dressing as the Cardinals are moving methodically down the right hash.
Yeah, they got to be careful, though, John. I mean, North still has some good defensive players on the field, so Guertin's going to have to change it up a little bit.
And you called it, Tom. Peters just sold out on the run blitz, and he blows up the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Jack Peters, tremendous hit.
Right, you can't go to that well that often.
You were right. Peters said enough of this. Watch him just burst through the line.
Yeah, watch him. See right there, he goes right through and makes the stop. But the thing, John, is you're set up for play action there, right?
Yeah, you were.
You're set right up for it.
But they didn't know what you knew, Tom, that you can't keep going back to the same play with this defensive talent that the Titans have. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 here. Will Santosuazo throw his first pass of the second half? No, he's going to keep it. He picks his way through the line, slips a tackle, got about maybe 4, but it's going to be 3rd and long for the Cardinals as they try to keep this drive alive in 2-down territory.
Yeah, you said it, John. 2-down territory, no doubt about it.
1 turnover in the game. That was a fumble by Derek Finlay and a quarterback scramble in the last minute of the first half. BG came close to capitalizing with a big pass play down the sideline to Barrieri that got them to the 6. But that's where they got stopped. Failed field goal. Handoff, Labby goes around the left side, gets tripped up, the ball's on the turf as BG turned it over. Mad scramble for it. Let's see who they say got it.
I think North's got it, John. Looks like North's got it.
Both teams have now signaled that they have it. The guy in the white hat needs to signal. BG kept possession. Wow, that was a scare for them. Yeah, it's 4th down. It is 4th down.
There was a North player on his back with the football, cradling it.
It seemed to be. Here it is again. Labby running left. There's the stick that knocks the ball loose. I think it was by number 18.
Right. Now watch the rollout right there. Do you see the helmet on the right side?
Yeah.
The ball.
Somehow
Yeah,
BG got it back. Luke Peters with the stick, knocking the ball loose from Labby, but BG gets it back. 4th down and 3. North needs a big stop without their best defender out there. Can they come up with it? The handoff, the keeper, and Santa Suazo, he's stuck and he's right near the line to gain. Big push. BG thinks they have it, and they may. Just barely. Matt Santa Suazo moves the chains. Wow, that was a big play.
It's the lean, John. Let's see if they go with the lean. See, look at him lean right there. See that lean?
Yeah, there was a couple of North players that had a big handful of Santa Suazo, but they couldn't quite wrestle him back far enough. It looked like...
Well, you don't know. If they've got to measure, there's a chance that it may not have made it.
I think that's an easy eye test to me.
I think so too, but still, you never know.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, if the markers on the far sideline are correct.
Well, you got to mark it where he leaned forward.
Yeah.
That's his forward progress.
I mean, at least half the football should be on the
Right.
first down side of the ball here. First down side of the marker, I mean.
I'm gonna,
take off?
Thanks so much for having
Kirk,
me.
You too. Thank you. Good luck with Toby. And
one thing that I did want to
sure.
mention was a lot of these kids have been playing together since they were 6 years old, and tonight's senior night, and it's fantastic to be able to be here in the stands in the stadium, watching these two teams battle it out. Thank you so much to my family and Toby for everything that they've done to get him to where he's at. So,
Kirk Carlson, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your winter in the warmth.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes. Kirk visiting us from California, Toby Brown's uncle, and a great halftime guest that has gone down to the sideline. He's going to check on his nephew and we'll check on BG's drive here as they've had the ball since the second half started. Labby rumbling now. That 1 yard was so tough to get, but they just got out an 8-yard chunk there as maybe dispirited 9-yard gain for Labby. I was going to say a dispirited Titans defense.
This is a rhythmic drive of, it's not only getting them down the field, it's chewing up the clock.
And if you're looking on the odds board right now, Tom, I think the odds favor BG not only to succeed on this drive, but maybe take this game in the West Division. We'll see how that plays out.
A lot of football left here.
A lot of football left. That's a first down. So close to getting that ball back on a turnover. Wow.
Very close. In fact, if you ask those kids, they probably thought they had that ball back on the turnover.
Exactly. So 1st and 10, BG could get a first down without scoring a touchdown at the 3-yard line. Santa Suazo calling signals. He's going to hand this off, and it is a run into the end zone. Labby up the right hash for a 14-yard touchdown run.
Wow, a lot easier than I thought it would be down in that level.
Yes. Well, here's
Watch
the replay.
Labby. He's going to get a block, right? He's going to get a good block right there. No blue jerseys once he got to the line of scrimmage. No blue jerseys, and he went all the way in.
It was a zigzag run, but you're right. He was never even touched on the way into the end zone.
Yep.
So Ethan Labby having a tremendous game. They're going to go for 2. And he's in.
Wow.
So a rather easy-looking last couple of point-scoring plays for the Cardinals.
John, I'll tell you, I mean, it's all about No Brown Jr. being out there. It really is.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
The difference is night and day.
Because he's there in the middle to clog up that space. In fact, if he's out there, I don't think they go for 2.
No, I don't think they get the touchdown either.
No, exactly.
I mean, it came so close on stopping them on 4th and 1 there, and that's, it's just, you got to just marvel at the fact of what the difference is. If you saw the first half how difficult it was for Labby to get any big chunks like he just got in that entire drive.
Right.
Big difference here in the third quarter.
Well, they said going in, talking to John Trisciani and even talking to Chad Zabolas, they had a lot of praise for Labby and what he's done filling
it's a
in
short kick.
for Charlie Belovit.
And the return up the middle. Good return past the 45-yard line for the Titans. So a short kick for BG. The Titan offense will benefit.
They probably needed to go deep. They were able to stop Raisin and Andino earlier. They should probably have gone deep.
You would think. 1st and 10 from their own 47 for the Titans. Nothing's really changed for Derek Finlay. His responsibility remains the same to continue to score points, but ran into some trouble in that second quarter after the Titans had taken a 14-0 lead. The VG, as you see, has answered back. 22 unanswered points to take the lead.
The line is getting a little bit of a lecture from one of the officials. You see this?
Yeah. It's a little
interesting.
unusual.
In fact, they're going to call timeout, an official timeout. I don't know what that was
either. That was a conversation from Jordan Racing and Andino,
yes,
I think.
Right, exactly, yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Wanted to ask the official something. I think he was getting some information from the official rather than being lectured. I think that's what it was.
Good run by Almonte as he's close to first down yardage. He gets 8 to the 45-yard line.
Santosuazo with a big tackle there as he reached out and grabbed him almost by the knees.
Gain of 7. 2nd and 3. So Almonte is a handoff is to Racing and Andino. He gets his helmet knocked off. And it's a short of the line to gain.
Yeah, he wants a penalty.
Yeah, how did his helmet come off? Somebody rip it off?
I don't know, but you lose your helmet, you've got to come out of the game.
Yeah, you do. So he's got Rosario, I think, out there. Talented running back himself. We saw him return a short kick about 20 yards. He's
probably 2-down territory here. But they better hurry with the play clock.
Yeah. Snapped, a quick hitter to the right is complete for first down. Nice execution there to Nick DeJesse, the flanker, on the right.
Yeah, you need a good reception or a clutch reception. Nick DeJesse is the guy to go to if you're Nashua North. He will get it for you.
Of course, with all the running plays that the Titans have had, the pass defense has got to be a little bit rusty when they finally do put it up. And Derek Finlay with a high percentage play right there. 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line of BG as the Titans try to go down and tie. Handoff, good blocking for Raisin and Andino. He kicks it out to the left hash. He's dragged down from behind. Was that a horse collar? No, it was a good tackle. It was a really effective tackle. I was surprised that he was able to catch up to Jordan Raisin and Andino. Big gain.
Big gain, and he lost the football, and they called him down.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, he lost the ball.
They called him down, so here's the play.
Yeah.
Now Santosuazo makes the tackle and knocks it out of him.
Oh, yeah, Santosuazo. You're right. The ground caused it, though, apparently. And he gets knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Great tackle made. Number 66, BG's defensive lineman, Andrew Piker.
Back to that play with Raisin and Andino. The ground didn't cause that fumble. Santosuazo did. He swiped it out.
Okay.
It was just a question of whether Raisin and Andino was down or not. They called it down. Nobody argued it, so it was pretty clear. But Santosuazo is
Finley rolling, throwing deep down the middle. He's got Peters wide open. Touchdown! 30-yard touchdown pass!
Wow!
Mirror imaging all over the place, as Tom talked about before the game. One quarterback throws a 30-yard touchdown pass, and the other one answers. And now a chance to tie it with a 2-point conversion. Jack Peters got all alone behind the defense.
Let's see where Santa Suazo is. Out of the play. Because he was completely out of the play.
Terrific throw and catch.
So now they'll try for 2.
This could tie it. Finley rolling right, cuts it up the middle, scores 2 points. We're tied at 22 all. Hello, it's the year 2022, and we are tied at 2022. And terrific. Actually, that was the year right there before we turned tied. What a run. What a play by Finlay. He splits the defense. Great field vision once again.
I'll tell you what happened there. Almonte went in motion to the left, and Santa Suazo left that spot and followed him. And the play went the other direction.
Well, I spoke way too soon talking about the odds being in BG's favor to take the West.
Did, John. I
you know, though,
told you,
it just hurts not having Toby Brown Jr. out there, Tom.
But here's the thing. It also hurts BG's kickoff coverage, right?
Yeah.
Because they need to kick the ball deep. They can't give
that was
45,
mistake.
50 yards of field
That's all they
position.
needed, 45 yards, and they were in.
Right. You can't do that.
So Plana's kick deep and drives the receiver back. He's a yard deep in the end zone. Is Ronan Balistreri, and he stays there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20. Wow. Offensive firepower here through the air for these teams. They're known for their quarterback runs, but these 2 quarterbacks have put it up with success here tonight. 3:45 remains in the 3rd quarter in a thriller at Stellos.
Yeah, great football game.
And a lot left to be played. John Collins along with Tom King, Dylan Smith, and Tim O'Neill on camera and sound here at Stellos. And our executive producer Pete Johnson back in the studio manning the controls. At the controls of this BG offense, Matt Santasuazo slips the tackle and falls forward for a gain of about 5 on 1st down. Nice job up the left hash mark, running to the wide side. Follows some good blocks here.
Yeah, good run by Santasuazo. Keeps he's level, he's upright, and he just gets tripped up. He gets tripped up by Darius Smith.
Darius Smith preventing an even bigger gain. 2nd and 5, and they're going to hand it to Labby. Slips the tackle, and he gets gang tackled after a gain of 2 or 3. It'll be 3rd and short for the Cardinals.
Now North has made some good defensive adjustment.
They must have. You're right. It was a lot easier to gain ground in their last drive for the Cardinals.
Yeah, shock value, John. First series of the game against starters without your best defensive player. Takes an adjustment.
North trying to make the big adjustment here and come up with a 3-and-out stop if they can. They look like they're coming after young Mr. Santasuazo. Showing blitz. He's going to run up the middle, and he has the 1st down beyond the 30-yard line. Knifing his way through the defense. Line.
Guertin's offensive line has got to stay on their blocks because Santasuazo starts from so far back, and they're doing a good job of that.
Yeah, they sure are. So another play call, another play for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, 1st and 10. Handoff is to no one. It's a keeper. Santasuazo barrels his way around the right end, and he gets another big chunk on 1st down. That's a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, but a good job there, John, of John Barry Jr. staying at home and being able to be there when Santasuazo arrived.
I said before, but it bears repeating. Andrew Piker, the senior snapper, doing a great job with these shotgun snaps right into Santa Suazo's hands every time. There it is again. The clockwork. Handoff to Labby. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up another 3rd and short. Another opportunity for North to make life difficult for the BG offense.
Third and two.
Yeah, there you see it. They need to get to the 42-yard line. Sustained drives is what this is about here in the second half. BG going for it, and they have, I think he fell forward just enough. Yep. About a half yard beyond the line to gain, and they're just going to eyeball it and move those chains. 1st and 10 for the Titans. Well, we've seen the turnover jinx raise its head for both teams. Let's see if that will be a factor later. There's a long run on 1st down. About 12-yard gainer for Santa Suazo. Found a big opening that time.
Yeah, found a big opening and held on to the football because North Luke Peters was grabbing at it.
Yeah, that's the key. They're trying to get that ball back right there.
Yep, right there. See, look at him juggle it. Look at him fight for it.
Luke Peters, who already knocked one loose.
They're good. That's what they should be trying to do, and that'll do it.
Ball's becoming a little more slippery with the cold, I would think.
Gonna let this clock tick down, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. 10 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. An exciting 3rd quarter to go with an exciting 1st half, and we are tied at 22. Wow.
How about that, huh?
That's awesome.
Game of the year.
It is.
Here on Nashua ETV Live.
Coast to coast. It's National Community Media Day yesterday, but we're carrying it over into today. Good luck to the...
the word from our producer, Pete Johnson, is that Brown Jr.'s got a knee injury.
That's awful. Didn't want to hear that.
No.
They got Keene next week, right?
BG does.
BG has Keene. Oh, is it Memorial? I think North has.
Yep.
In Southset Memorial today. That's what it is. I was looking up South's schedule.
In girls soccer, Bishop Guertin losing to Bedford 2-0 in the second half, early in the second half. Brown Jr. will need an MRI most likely. So that means he's not coming back, John.
No, he's not. So they will play the remainder of this game without Toby, who was a huge impact player in the 1st half. An unfortunate turn of events there. Fresh 12 minutes go up on the board. BG will have 1st and 10 from the Titans' 44-yard line as we return. Should be an exciting conclusion to this one, to say the least. The result very much up in the air. The keeper, Santa Suazo, is drilled. Textbook tackle. Who was that? Peters. Who else? That's probably the stick of the game right there, Tom.
Well, he's your best defensive player now.
Actually, he had a pretty good stick on other run in the backfield. That's boom. That's what you call a pancake, correct?
Yeah.
Pancake tackle. So it is 2nd down and 10. Oh, no. They're going to give 5 away there. Are they going to say that BG jumped? Let's see. Neutral zone infraction, no question in the officials' minds.
No, it's going to go against North.
Yep. So they give 5 away after that 1st down stick for no gain. Now it's 2nd and 5. Let's see if BG sticks with the play call. They're getting something else from the sideline now as Matt Santa Suazo looks that way. He's got Ethan Labby beside him. 3 receivers split wide to the left. They haven't got too much action over there. They're going to throw this time, though. Looking left over the middle, and it is picked off with one hand What a play by John Barry Jr. A huge turnover. Titans football. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like a pass that maybe shouldn't have been thrown.
Barry
Good
just sticks his
coverage.
hand up here.
Yep.
How did he do that? He knocked it up in the air to himself.
Right. That's what he
What
did.
a
Knocked
play.
it up in the air.
Terrific defensive back work.
John, the pass needed to be further down. He needed to lead the receiver more.
Oh, absolutely, Tom.
Yep.
That said, no
Underthrown.
easy interception.
No, not an easy one.
Oh, and that's a
Underthrown.
tackle for loss in the backfield. Blowing that play up was number
Wow.
52 for the Cardinals. And that
Jacob
is
Baker.
Jacob Baker. Of course, Baker wants to be heard. He's seen Jack Peters do enough blowing up plays. Does this on his own here. Beats the block by Rosario. Linebacker on a running back there, and he blew through it to make the tackle. So it's how much of a loss that was. Whew. That was about a 6-yard loss. Call it a 7-yard loss. 2nd and 17. North might have to throw this. No, they're going to hand it off, and it's Rosario. No, it was Raisin and Andino, number 21.
If I'm North, I throw the football.
Yeah, you pretty much have to now, Tom. 3rd and
Guertin has
11.
been weak against the pass all year long. I throw the ball.
Yeah. That was such a big play by Baker. It changed this whole scenario here. Now it's 3rd and long.
I throw it away from wherever Santa Suazo is.
Roll out. Throw on the run, and it is incomplete. Didn't come out of Finley's hands quite right there. It looked like it might have slipped.
Yeah, for the first time, we're going to see no 4-down territory for either team, and they're going to have to kick it.
Is this going to be the game's first punt? I
I think
can't
it
remember
is.
another punt. Unbelievable.
Yep.
I don't even know who the punter is till now. Look at this. Punt coverage for the Titans. Opportunity for BG here to get great field position depending on what unfolds on this punt. Kick is away, it's short. It's going to come down near midfield. Takes a great bounce for the Titans and roll. Oh boy, that recovered.
Boy, does it ever.
That was about
Wow.
that bounce and roll was about as far as the punt traveled in the air.
Well, you know one thing in high school, you don't see many punts fielded
No.
or caught. You know, a lot of times they just let it bounce. And that time, if you had somebody up and make that catch, because that would have been a big deal right there.
Yeah, it would have. It would save them about 20 yards. But with any kind of a return, maybe 30. But instead, the BG offense with only decent field position at their own 33. And the handoff is to Labby. Crashes into the left side of the line. He's met there, though. I think Peters was in the mix. And that means you're not going to get too much. Also over there was number 37, Jack Krulikowski, who's a freshman. I think they have a freshman out there, number 37, getting some playing
They
time.
got Baker on the line as a tight end. Boy, I'd love to give Baker the ball to carry, wouldn't you? Don't you think he could roll over too?
Two. Why don't they give it to Kelsey like that sometimes, the Chiefs? They pitch it to the tight end and let him rumble. So 3rd down and 6. No easy task here for the Cardinals. As the
Now
Titans,
see you got to wonder if BG's going to have to put it back up in the air, and that's not their forte.
yeah. Tom, there's a freshman out there on defense for the Titans. I want to give him some credit. That's maybe because Toby's out of the game, but Jack Krulikowski listed as class 9, grade 9.
Yep.
In a big game.
And now Guertin's got a player down. It's A.J. Rasmussen, a senior two-way lineman.
Tell you what, if
Number
you
57.
can start and make an impact in a game like this, at a freshman, that's a name you're going to be hearing from later on.
Yep.
Jack Krulikowski. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. What is BG going to do here, Tom? Put it just.
I think they're going to have to throw it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I think they are. But
I feel like they have so much confidence in their offense and their running game without Toby Brown out there that they might think of it as 2-run territory. But you could be right. 3rd down and about 6. It looks more like 6th and 5.
The thing that I would do if I would be doing, I'll talk about it after this play.
Here we go. Dylan Santosuazo gets the snap. He hands it off, and it's going nowhere. A run of maybe 2 up the middle gets clogged up, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I don't see that call. I mean,
that was Ethan Chmielewski Jr.
You're right.
Yeah.
And he was the backup running back last year. So
big play here. 4th down. Will the Titans come up with a stop? They are going for it on their side of the field.
I think he's going to kick it.
Oh, really? Quick kick it?
Yep.
He's going to try to draw him offside?
Yep.
That's what he's going to try to do. They got to stay home. You're right. He's back to kick it. Santosuazo lets it go end over end. That's higher than it is deep. Gets a great bounce for BG. Terrific bounce as it goes inside the 20. So the wise play, a quick kick by Santosuazo that Tom saw coming. There was nobody back there to return.
John, if I'm Guertin now, I put the ball in the hands of my best player. You are in the 4th quarter with 7.5 minutes to play. When they're on offense again, Santosuazo right, Santosuazo left.
Yeah.
Let North try to stop
That's it, huh? Yep.
You don't have Toby Brown Jr. out there. You've got to worry about Peters and Luke Peters as well. But I go with that. And if I'm North, I go with Finley. Let Finley run the ball and see what he can do.
He's going to do a quick hitter to the right, and it's dropped. So a wide open Nick Jesse.
For both teams, I go with the bread and butter.
2nd and 10. So let's see if they go with that run that you called, Tom, and what BG might do about it. The quarterback is going to roll to his left. He's looking to throw. He's in trouble. He's going to scramble, and he's going to throw it up for grabs. And no, it's empty territory. Good play in the end by Derek Finley to get rid of it into a spot where nobody was. 3rd and 10. Great defensive pursuit by the Titans. They flushed him out, and they gave him nowhere to run.
Now you may try to get it in the hands of Almonte or Resident Andino with the speed because they need to get distance.
Yep. By the way, it's about 43 degrees out here, I think. Let me look it up, actually.
No,
44?
John, it's about 70 degrees. It's about 70 degrees.
Is there 70 in the compound inside the dome? Did you close the roof?
Yep, roof's closed.
That's good. Oh, rollout. Finley still has it. Thrown deep down the sideline. Coverage and batted away. Ball actually might have been thrown about 3 seconds earlier as the receiver, Jesse, had a step on the defender, but only a step, and then it got erased.
And you know what? Resident Andino almost caught the deflection.
Oh, that would have been something.
He dove for it and couldn't quite reach it.
The miraculous reception. Franco Harris on the run.
He would have been down right away.
Oh, okay.
He would have been down on the ground, but he almost caught it.
Wow.
So now here comes the big punt.
Yeah, they got a punt. It's turned into a punting game here. All of a sudden
Field
in the fourth
position.
quarter. Field position game. And they do get it away. It's egregiously short, and it's going to, some people think it was tipped. It's going to roll just beyond the 25-yard line, down at about the 30. 1st and 10 for North. So North definitely has the advantage field position-wise here.
John, if I'm not mistaken,
BG does, I'm sorry.
I haven't seen them do it much this year, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Toby was the kicker. is the punter.
Oh, I think you're
I
right.
think he was the one doing the punting for them.
Yeah, another reason it's a huge loss.
Right.
Well, that
I
hurts.
may be wrong because they didn't punt. They don't punt much, but I may be wrong.
I think you're right about that. I remember that he did that. So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals, threatening to take the lead and maybe the game. 7:12 to go.
And you know my feelings on what Guertin should do. It should be 13 running the ball.
Yes, and they don't. They give it to Ethan Labby, who gets stuffed on the right after a gain of 2.5. 2nd and 8. Tough slogging now all of a sudden here in the 4th quarter for both offenses. BG trying to solve this Titans defense that's rising to the challenge of playing without their best defender, Toby Brown Jr., out with a knee injury. There's a stick of the quarterback as he ran right with some success. It's inside the 25. Santa Suazo, 3rd and 2 coming up here. They need 2 yards to extend the drive.
2 yards, and I give it to Santa Suazo because he almost always gets 2 yards. Keep doing it.
And also he's a threat to take it all the way at any moment.
And if you're North, start swiping at the football.
And he plows ahead beyond the 20. That should move the chains. A huddle over there to spot. I think they're going to spot him a football shy. 4th down. So I guess if you're the Titans, you sell out for the quarterback run, Tom, trying to take advantage of him running from the shotgun. Here comes Peters. Peters going to do a run blitz. You can see it coming. Number 44 in the middle. Backs up. Now he's going to try to come again.
And if you're Santa Suazo, just go to the left. There's all sorts of space out there. No one's there.
No one is there. I always wondered that when I was a kid. Why do they run right at the people? But
go right to the left side, turn the corner, and you've got a touchdown.
You would think. Gets the 1st down. 1st and 10.
5:28 to play.
First and 10, and it's balls at the 17 it is. So let's see if they take your advice, Tom, and run to the wide side this time. Maybe try to out sprint the Titans defenders, and they're going to say Santa Suazo slips a tackle, dives forward. Got about a 4-yard gain on that one.
Right, it just looks like it's wide open. You know why? Because there's no Toby Brown Jr. to stop it on that side or to get all the way over there.
Be interesting to see him do it. They're going right up the middle a lot. Clock is rolling. Clock is now the friend of BG as they take time off and they march down with looks like a semi-inevitable score, but we'll see if the Titans come up with something here. Peters run blitzing, can't get through. Santa Suazo gets to about the 10. It'll be 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 2, they say. Ball spotted at the 10, needs to get to the 7.5 yard line. So the Titans hoping to maybe put a hat on the ball, knock it loose. Under 4 minutes to go now. Clock grinding down. 22 all. Santa Suazo fakes left, goes up the middle again, right into the pile, and it might be 4th down here. Needed to get about 3, got at the most 2, and it's going to be 4th and 1. Well, you know, if Santa Suazo doesn't keep this ball, Tom, and he hands it off or he throws it, I say more power to him, but the Titans basically are probably going to sell out for a run play by number 13 here and see if they can stop him, get the ball back. 3:13 to go, 4th and 1. Hard count, did they jump? Flag goes.
Oh.
That's at least the third
that is
time.
a tough penalty if it's against North.
Oh,
Ouch.
boy. Is that? It is. It's the third time he got him. They're just going to do half the distance to the goal. Ball was on the 9. They'll put it at the 4.5. And we are robbed of the 4th and 1 play. It is goal to go from the 4.
So now if you're North, you start looking to try to strip the ball.
Yeah, you do.
These are the toughest 4 yards BG is going to have to earn all season long, I think.
Well, a great trip up and tackle. There's going to be a lot of time come off the clock here if they don't score in the first couple downs, but then they push it in on the 3rd or 4th down. I mean, the thought goes through your mind, but we're not playing NFL football here. But you know,
no, that's
you don't have
just
Josh Allen or Mahomes out there.
Whenever North gets the ball back, if they do, there's not going to be much time left to do much.
I know the only option you'd have is like just say let them score, but then they try a 2-point conversion. And you're really behind.
No,
the
you don't let them score because force them to try a field goal.
Okay, and there's the pitch, and Labby's gonna get in. Ethan Labby twisting and turning, and across the goal line for a touchdown, a 4-yard run.
They changed it up, John. They went wide, did. But they didn't go the side I would have gone, but they went wide on that side, and watch here, right?
Yeah, the ball's spotted right
Labby's
in the middle.
Labby's going to get the pitch.
Yeah.
And a tackle missed right there. He doesn't miss too many, but Peters wasn't able to grab him.
So they line up for 2, trying to take an 8-point advantage.
This is a big play here.
Yeah, it is a big play. There's 2:11 to go. North has
you got 2:11 left. You don't get this. An extra point with Toplano, who's very good at those, can win the game.
And they're not going to get it. A tackle of Labby short of the goal line. It's a 6-point play, but that's all. No 2-point conversion. 28-22 with 2:05 remaining.
Yeah, and it wasn't Labby. It was Santaswazo who carried it.
Santaswazo?
Didn't get in.
Yeah. He didn't get in.
And this is going to be huge now to see what they do with the kick.
Somebody knifed into the backfield and tripped him up. And do we have the replay on that, perhaps, Pete, or no? All right, we go to the 2-minute drill, plus 5 seconds for the Titans. And also, the BG kicking game is going to be a factor right here.
It sure is. This is going to be a huge play right here. This is the biggest play right now, the kickoff.
Connor Lennon Jr. doing the kicking off.
They can't do it. They can't do a squib.
No,
because
you saw what happened when they did a squib and gave the Titans a 45-yard field.
Right.
It was a pretty quick score. So let's see what they come up with here.
Well, I don't see Lennon running back.
Oh, they put 6 seconds back on there. I think they rolled time on the 2-point conversion. They weren't supposed to. There's a kick. It's Rosario again, the up man. He runs it past the 40. As BG pulls at the ball, he hangs on. And it's 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 41.
And there you go. You got to, there was that one kick they did deep to Raisin and Andino, and they stopped him at the 25. Why not do it again?
Right. Tell you what, they got the ball in the hand. Here's that play again. Is that the 2-point conversion or is it the touchdown? Might be the touchdown.
Yeah, Santaswazo.
Oh, it's a 2-point. It was Santaswazo.
He wanted to break out to the left, and he couldn't do
21, Jordan Raisin and Andino made the play on the 2-point conversion. The hitter, DeJessie's out of bounds with the football. This time he hangs on, and it is a 1st down gain. It took only a few seconds off the clock.
Plenty of time, 2:01.
There is plenty of time, and you may call it the extra point could win it if they get a touchdown on this drive. Of course, ball protection is paramount. Finlay calling signals, going to roll to his left, has a blocker in front of him, is going to pass, dumps it. Peters complete, is stuck, but he gets the first down over into BG territory. Clock stops momentarily to spot the ball.
Yeah, they're going to go no huddle, okay?
Yep.
They're going to go, well, they don't huddle anyway, but they're going to go hurry up.
Finlay drops it, picks it up, looks to pass, rolling, is going to be sacked for a huge loss.
Oh.
Jacob Baker with a huge play.
So the defensive player, the one who's left with Tony Brown Jr. out, the other good defensive player makes that stop.
You know, it would almost been better for Finlay if he just picked that ball up and ran it and took whatever he got. Because once he ran to the wide side and he got into a foot race with Baker, that was trouble.
Not gonna win.
Yeah. Now, you know, where he was on the field, would he been legally allowed to just throw it out of bounds?
Yeah, he was away from the pocket, right?
Yeah, I think so. Way away from the pocket.
The one thing
outside the tackle box, I guess, is how they do it.
The one thing offensively North hasn't done tonight, John, is they haven't run Finley much, right?
Yeah.
So here he goes. He loses the ball.
Now, right here, I'm just throwing it out of bounds. Boom.
right there. Throw it away. Right.
Yeah, but I can tell you what, that he didn't have much time at all to even think. That's how quickly Baker got to him. Terrific play by Jacob Baker. A gigantic, look at that loss. Oh, 5, 10, 15-yard loss.
Now let's see what offensive coordinator Zach Harris comes up with for this. They're going to call timeout. Somebody is.
BG calls a timeout. So dueling timeouts here on 2nd and 26. Things look good there for a moment for the Titans. They had the ball in BG territory. It's 1st and 10, and oh, how things went wrong on that play.
I think what you do if you're North, I think you just keep throwing it downfield.
Yeah.
Throw it downfield.
Well, you have 3 plays to get 26. And you better be successful on at least 2 of them, you would think. It's a big chunk to get back, especially with Baker out there. You don't think he's done.
But Baker's not in the secondary, John. Santos-Suazo is, but Baker's not. Right now, the most important defensive player on the field for BG is Matt Santos-Suazo in his safety position.
It's a roll to the left, looking to pass. Finlay squares up, throws deep, and he's got a man in stride. Peters, what a pass, what a catch, what a touchdown for Nashua North. Nashua North with a 60-yard touchdown pass.
How about that?
Unbelievable play, and they have tied it at 28-28. One of the most spectacular pressure throws and catches you will ever see in a high school football game.
How about that?
Tom, that was in stride.
Yep.
What a play by Finlay. The touch, the pass. He never broke stride. And with Santos-Suazo's speed, he still couldn't catch him. The extra point to win it, perhaps. Caplano's kick. Booms. Through, off to the left. The officials consulted. We're tied at 28. No.
Oh, my.
Oh, you know, Derek is so sure-footed so many times. I think he put too much adrenaline on that kick. It could have been a 25, 30-yard field goal the way he hit it. He hit it to the wide left.
Now, on the touchdown, Peters is on the right side of the field. Santos-Suazo's over to the left. And that's how that play happened.
What a passing. What a play. Amazing play.
I know.
Nashua TV bringing you a classic here on an October 21 of 2022. We were tied at 22. Both teams failed to get the points after touchdown, and we remain tied at 28 after 2 late scores. Toplano's going to kick this one way deep down the middle. It's going to be fielded at the 3. And Amaral is going to fall forward as that Santa Suazo actually returning this kick is tripped up at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10, he's got 1:21 to lead his team down to a score. The Titans fired up after that drive and that terrific pass play to Peters. Of course, Peters has got to go back out there and do it on defense. What a game. It's not over.
They allowed the one thing you're not supposed to allow in that situation. You don't get beat deep.
Yes.
And they did.
Wow.
And North's going to take a page from that and say, okay, we can't allow it ourselves.
Yes. Santa Suazo looking to throw as he rolls right. He throws it, and it's short, and it is incomplete. And insisting that he caught it is Szymanski. So we're going to watch the replay on this one as well.
Yeah, it's going to be tough from our angle to see it.
It looked to me like it did bounce inside of his arms, but oh boy, you know, it's hard to tell because he has back
tell
to
from
us.
one angle, right, from that angle, from the angle up top.
Yeah. Sure, the sideline judge was a lot closer to it than we are.
I'll tell you what, you got to be careful if you're BG. You don't want North to get the ball
you're
back.
right. You know, that didn't take any time off the clock. 1:15, they
1:15.
throw it, they hit it, and it's down at the 20. Titans have 2 timeouts, Tom.
I'd take one now.
You would?
Yeah.
3rd and 8? You think they can stop
Yes.
them? Okay, you might be right. And the Titans, who is calling it? Did BG call it?
BG probably did, yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. North did? Tim O'Neill has it. North called the timeout. So they are on the same strategy page.
Yeah, but you know what, John? You call timeout when there's 1:09, not when it goes all the way down to 54 seconds.
Yeah, they did
Right?
lose some time thinking about it.
Oh, they lost 15 seconds thinking about it.
Yep. That's Toby Brown Jr. at the blanket on there on the left bottom of your screen. And hopefully he recovers from that knee issue quickly. But right now we've got 28 all.
Yeah, it's his left knee. See the wrap?
Yeah, I do.
See the
white
wrap on the left
yep.
knee right there? Yep.
So what's the play call for BG?
You got to be careful. You can't turn the ball over on a pass. You know?
You got to be careful.
You know, that's the thing.
But you're also so deep in your own end, and the punting game isn't that great.
Well, let me tell you something else. Toplano has a great, he may have missed that extra point. I think he was partially blocked anyway. But
He's a potential
He's
field
got
goal
a-
threat.
yes, and from a distance, from a great distance.
Everyone's on their feet here at Stellos from the drama. 3rd down, throwing deep down the middle, and it is. Is it caught? They say incomplete again. It is incomplete. Wow. Getting down and dirty with it was Cody Szymanski, but I had to wait
Well, I
to see
thought-
the official's indication. No
I'd like
argument
to
from
see this.
Szymanski.
Look at the pass. Okay, here's the pass.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe-
we can't, you can't tell.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe he looked frustrated afterwards. So this is no
But
no
now
indication from the
BG is
receiver.
in a But now BG is in a situation they don't want to be in. They're going to have to punt the football.
With 47 seconds left.
Right.
Wow. They want to put a couple seconds back on the clock. The officials say they want 49 seconds, 49-7. BG has to surrender possession here on this punt. Let's see what the Titans do if they come to try to block it. It's fumbled a little bit. What do we have? He's down. Oh no! He went down with it. Disaster for the Cardinals.
Oh, my.
And now the Titans are goal to go with 41 seconds left.
And with it, and in field goal range.
And in field goal range.
Let's see.
Disaster. The punter put his knee down. Let's see.
I can't tell.
Watch it. It was actually a good, well, you know what? He stepped back up. I don't think that was the right call, Tom. I don't think it was the right call. He actually stood up. He went to his knee to field it, but then he stood up off of his knee when he fielded the bounce.
Right.
I don't agree with the call. I don't know if that's the rule, but I think you have to possess the ball with your knee down to be considered down.
That's true.
That's a tough call. You're going to see it again.
Right.
Let's see if you think he still had the...
He's down. Yeah, he still had the ball when he was down, John.
Okay. Yeah, he did. I guess he fielded it like an infielder, so he still
had the ball.
Yeah,
when
that was the
down.
right call then.
Yeah. So special teams have killed Guertin in this game.
Oh. Well, let's see if the Titans can convert and take this win.
This should be a layup.
Running wide to the right, and he's got his third touchdown. Amari Almonte, wide side sweep for 6 points, 34-28. And in the game that wins the West, the Titans may have just done that. 42 seconds remain as they go for the extra point.
Almonte having a great night. Turns the corner, and a nice block right there by Raising Andino, and allows Almonte to get in the end zone.
Amari Almonte with 3 of the Titans' 4 touchdowns, including the opening kickoff return for a touchdown. And here's Tuplano's extra point, which doesn't matter quite as much as the one before it that was missed, that left us with a 28-all tie. Flag down before the snap. Neutral zone infraction, which will move the ball a yard.
Guertin.
Yeah, maybe. Move it.
Declined.
42 seconds left. BG will have a last gasp opportunity. 2 timeouts left. There's Tuplano's kick, and this one is right down the middle. 35-28. 7-point game with 42 seconds left, Tom.
What an amazing football game.
And you know what? You're going to stay with us to the end this time.
Yeah.
No going down to the field.
No, exactly, right? How about that, huh?
Yeah. Now, remind me, if it was tied at the end of regulation, what would have happened? Just a tie?
Yeah, I would have. That's what I was going to start to explain, but then, but what would have happened is you put the ball at the 10-yard line, you decide who's going to get the ball, and you play like innings, right?
Yeah.
So you start at the 10-yard line. Well, college football starts at like the 25.
Right.
High school starts at the 10.
At the 10. That would have been interesting. Yep. I won't lie. It would have been fun to see. But it'll take a semi-miracle from BG to get there, because they only have 42 seconds to work with, down 7. As Tuplano can kick it pretty deep. Puts his foot to it, gets a really good line on it, and it's down to the 4. It's going to be returned far sideline and out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Shivering from the cold and the excitement up here in the booth at Stellos. What a football game. In a game of tremendous highlights, I guess you'd have to say the Almonte kickoff return, and of course the 60-yard touchdown pass.
The pass from Finley to Peters.
2
guys who were competing for the quarterback spot a year ago in camp.
Wow. I think they got that right.
Yep, you got one catching it and one throwing it.
Yeah. What a play. 35-28. BG's got to go 75 yards to tie it. Rolling out, Santa Suaso is going to tuck it and go out of bounds with a 2-yard gain. Took a few seconds off the clock as well. Yeah, they need to throw it deep and hope for the best, you would think. Just 2 timeouts left for BG.
I'll tell you what, though, if North wins this game, what a job for them to win this game without their best defensive player in the second half.
Yeah, you're right. Didn't look too good immediately in the third quarter without Toby Brown. The Cardinals just went down and was bullying the Titans off defense.
Right,
but
a good job by North defensively. A good job by Kyle Taves, the defensive coordinator, to make the adjustment. I'll tell you, if there's any team that could have used the bye, it would have been Bishop Guertin with all their injuries. But it doesn't look like they're going to get it. Nashua North, they're already used to not playing a week, right? They had the unfortunate, game where they couldn't play out, where Alvin could not play. And,
right. Took a 2-week off break there.
Yeah, so they already know what it's like to have a week off.
Santa Suazo rolling right. He's got pressure from the backside as he lets it go. He was enveloped by Leonard Soplana, the kicker and the monster pass rusher on that play.
Well, he's the biggest guy on the field right now.
Yeah. So Denard got to the quarterback, and it's now 3rd and long. 27 seconds left to go. He's gonna have to go to Szymanski down the right sideline here, really. He's gonna go a quick hitter to him, and Szymanski's, he should have cut that to the outside. Oh my gosh, Tom, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
He should have cut that to the outside, but he just went back to traffic there. Look at this, after the reception.
Right, so he gets the ball here.
Right
and if he cuts to the outside, there's nobody there, at least that we can see.
Down deep the middle, and it is a contested ball, and that will do it. That was 4th down. It was 2nd down. Oh, sorry. They got a first down. Sorry, they got a first down on that last one. I was thinking about how he should have taken it to the house, but they got a first down out of it. So 11 seconds.
Let's see, John. You had BG winning the game back in the 3rd quarter.
I know.
And now you had the game over.
It's not over yet.
Sorry. So if you're Guertin now, right, get it over the 50, and then throw the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
That's you got two plays here.
There's one that's batted down. Monte's scored 3 touchdowns, bats down a pass.
Now, he has had one heck of a game, huh?
He sure has. On senior night, a home game to remember for Amari Almonte. 3rd down. And this may be the final play. I mean, 6.9 seconds to go. A lot of big moments to look back on in this one tonight.
Yeah, but the biggest one is the Finlay to Peters. That was it. You know?
Because it wasn't a high percentage play. I mean, you're going for the home run, you know.
Right, you're going for a play where Guertin only had 2 defenders deep. Actually, only 1 deep. That was Santa Suazo, and the corners playing on the a little bit off the line. And no one thought that Peters was going to be the guy they would throw to, and they did. So a defensive lapse by Guertin.
It was.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't let a play get behind you. You know?
Yeah.
That's
and, that's
the one thing you can't do.
Yeah.
And if you're Nashua North, what you did on that last drive for Guertin defensively was huge because you got the ball back. It was a great field position.
And forced the mistake on the punt. Straight drop and hit as he throws it. And there's 3.8 seconds left. It's still 4th down. Incomplete pass. So that was Michael McDonough, Tom, that took the hit there.
McDonough's got the better passing arm.
Yeah, I think they were sending
that's why he's out.
Sanasuazo
That's why. That's why he's there. You use Sanasuazo as a wide receiver.
Yeah, they're gonna had him to go down and try the Hail Mary to Sanasuazo.
Well, I figure Sanasuazo can avoid tackles, right?
Yeah, they want him to run after the catch.
Right, that's what they want.
And that was batted down. That was Jack Peters and also number 61, Melvin Fernandez, in on that final bat down. And that is the football game with 0.6 seconds left to go. The ball goes over the Titans on downs and the celebration commences. The damper, of course, the injury to Toby Brown, but what a night for the Titans.
If you want to win the West, you go north.
Good one. The winner wins the West game, goes to North. As they take the final snap. And the game that lived up to beyond the hype here at Stellos Stadium, game of the week, game of the year, ends with a celebration for the Titans, players, coaches, and their fans. 35-28 the final.
Fantastic football game and a great job by Nashua North. What moxie, John. We're down a touchdown with 2 minutes to go, and they win the game.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look good when they lost Toby Brown Jr. and the Cardinals drove down the field rather easily to start the third quarter, but certainly the adjustments were made and the determination was there, and the play execution was just breathtaking with that 60-yard touchdown pass under pressure. Derek Finlay squaring up and throwing it deep down the middle to Peters, who never broke stride, right in his hands. I mean, any NFL team would have been proud of that synchronicity that occurred on that play as he took it straight to the house past the speediest player out there for the Cardinals on safety, Sanasuazo.
Right, and Sanasuazo
60
was
yards.
on the opposite side of the field.
Yes, he had too much ground to make up.
Right, too much ground. You just can't, if you're Guertin, you can't let players get behind you. You've got to flood the secondary with more players in your adjustments.
Well,
so you also, John, have to kick the ball off, right?
Yes.
So, but in this game tonight, Nashua North wins it with their moxie and their determination, okay, and a great play call. And Guertin loses it, not just on that pass play. They lose it on special teams. Their special teams killed them tonight.
It did. It was the difference in the game.
Really was.
That and the Mario Monte had a monster game.
Right, but Mario Monte took advantage of Bishop Guertin's bad special team.
He sure did. He scored on that kick return right down the middle, as you pointed out. That's something you cannot allow as a kick coverage team. So it's a joy doing the game with you, Tom, in your Tom Pound remote Zoom position.
In my bubble?
Your bubble.
Texting me? Yep, exactly.
And thank you to Pete Johnson for making it all possible. Tim O'Neill, Dylan Smith, great job tonight. Final score for the final time, 35-28. The Titans defeat Bishop Guertin in a Game of the Year contest. Thank you for joining us, and good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.